Kevin, if you're there, we're live now. So I might mute him. So anyway, looking forward to this weekend. I've had a terrible,
We'll go
day.
get a cup of water.
Okay.
Be right back.
All right. Andy's here, Andy's not here, so we're not doing our usual chit chat. Andy's usually pretty talkative.
Kev, we're live.
Yeah, we're live, Kev.
Oh, let me zip up my zipper.
Put that away. Put it down and take 2 steps back.
Maybe 8 steps back.
Yeah.
Sunny 96, sunny 2023. There you go. Now you're back to normal.
Okay.
Sunny ain't sunny no more.
Hey, Ashley.
Cloudy with a chance of storms.
Hey, Ashley.
Ashley. We'll address the other commenters later, but Ashley usually just pops on. She gets the alert and pops on to say hi, and then she leaves. Because she loves me.
We gotta plug her. We gotta plug her shop there.
Yeah. What is that, Kev?
These are those airheads. Oh my god, are they so good?
Are those the gummies or are those the regular?
Extreme.
Oh, those are non adult type.
No, they're just regular candy.
Oh, okay. What's up, Ashley? What's up, cuz? Oh man.
Ben's coming back. Always got his Ichiban shirt on.
I had to ask if those were the adult kind. That's what I meant. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Adult gummies.
Ben's wearing his Ichiban shirt tonight.
I gotta try those though. I like those sweet candies.
There you go.
Oh, I like that mask from the other night too, Ben. That was sick.
The Bullet Club mask? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't see that often.
Shoot.
I remember when I found it, I was like, ooh. 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. That's right. Just the one. Just the one, Ashley.
I need to go grab my belt. Crap.
And I don't remember if I told you what size. I'll message you later. Because I really don't know.
You ever see that cartoon, Sonny with a Chance of Meatballs?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Sonny with a case of damn.
Sonny.
Sonny with a case of damn. What happened to you?
Yeah.
That looked more like a thunderstorm than a sunny.
I could just imagine Bernie Mac going damn.
Or Ron Simmons.
She fell. I'll save this for the show. We'll talk about it during the show. Ben and I were talking about this before the show earlier. About how the biggest fall from grace as far as professional wrestling is concerned.
Oh Jesus, definitely.
Yeah, she definitely went to the depths of hell.
Yes, she did. And apparently it's not over.
Stopped bleeding earlier today.
She got more.
We're live.
For.
Yes, we're live.
I keep forgetting that part.
You always wait till you go live and they want to talk to you. Whoa, what is that? What was that? Oh, okay. Oh, fire! All right. We'll see you on the other side.
Hey, it's the Crying Wrestling Fan. Dave Wills is featured on memes on social media, YouTube, Tosh.0, and all over the internet. And let me tell you right now, I love the Stain to Glow podcast. Listen to every episode that drops. because it's fantastic. It's wonderful. It's staring at me, Jerry.
Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night, and we are streaming around the world. This is Spanning the Globe. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Magger, your host, and joining me tonight, Andy is absent tonight. He's on vacation, so I got to aim my camera up a little bit. There we go. That's better. But so joining me tonight instead is Mr. Richard Ward, as he usually is here every week.
What's up, everybody?
Kevin Davenport, the co-admin of Wide World of Belts. And he's muted.
Dab in the house. Dab
There
in
you
the
are.
house.
There you are.
Here
Okay.
he is.
And our special guest host tonight, he's been joining us the last few weeks, Mr. Ben Walker. Thank you for joining us
What's
tonight.
going, guys?
Good to
Andy
have you on.
Stunt Devil.
Andy Stunt Devil. Yeah, there you go. So who we got watching that? We got Jeff Kakaki.
What's up, Jeff?
Glad to have you watching. Of course, my daughter Ashley, if she's still
Hey,
there. She might have
Ashley.
left. Phil,
What's up, Phil?
glad to have you join us tonight.
What's up,
Brian.
Brian?
Brian Allen. Always love to have Brian.
B. Allen.
B. Allen. Yeah, that's right.
Good.
And
good,
we have
good,
Mr.
good dude.
Mr.
Good dude.
Noor. Mr. Noor from Malaysia.
I got a special thing for Nora today.
Oh,
Hey,
awesome. Okay.
I would say something real quick after you get done with the comments.
Okay. Drew.
What's up, Drew?
Don't know who that is. If you're watching us on Facebook and you don't click
That
on the
is-
StreamYard link, you pop up as a Facebook user. We have several of those. So either click on that link or you can go to YouTube and look up the Wide World of Belts channel and look at the current streaming episode of Spanning the Globe and comment your arts content. Who is that, Richard?
That is Logan Davenport.
Ah.
What?
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
Get out
up?
of
She
my
said, "Yes,
head."
dear, we're live."
Yeah, I was wondering who the deer was. So, hello,
Look, a
Logan.
deer.
Glad to have you watching tonight. There is Gianni.
Oh, it's just Gianni.
It's just Gianni. Yeah. Don't know who that one is, but hello, Facebook user. Doing well, Lane. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you're doing well as well.
What's up, Lane? What's up,
AD
CJ?
Terry. 80 Terry watching live again. Wow.
AD, what's
That's on a
going
roll.
on, man?
What's going for
Facebook user number 3.
CJ Smith.
Drama free, sucker free. That's a nod to Ben. CBB Championship Belt Brothers, by the way. He's the admin of that. Facebook user
Yeah,
number
the other
4.
guy. You know, that guy over there.
There you go.
That guy.
And Nora's ready for whatever we got to show him here in a little bit. So, okay. Kevin, you were going to say something?
A bit. Yeah, I just want to say happy anniversary to Ethan Thompson and his wife, 20 years. Hope you all enjoy your day, but happy anniversary to them.
Happy anniversary. So at the beginning of the show,
Anniversary.
I always remind everybody the show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Releathering for all your releathering needs. And I got a couple of things I'm going to show you tonight that I'm working on. One of them's already sold. And then we're also
What's
sponsored
up,
by
Kirk Hill?
what's
Kirk
that?
Hill, I'm sorry.
Okay. And we're also sponsored by Unique Championship Belts. So be sure you check those guys out. And one of these belts I'm working on right now was done by Unique. So I'll show that off here in just a little bit. So let's get started with hour number 1. Let's just find the video. That opening was quite loud. So I apologize for that. So I'm going to show the belt of the week, and this is not my belt. This belt is courtesy of Kevin Davenport there in the lower right-hand corner. And I'm gonna put this
What's up,
up.
Brandon?
I'm gonna turn the microphone over to Kevin. Let him describe what we're seeing here.
Oh, this is the C4 Authentic belts. They're big gold, which is the most beautiful belt I've ever held. It's immaculate. This is actually 100% handmade. It's actually hand carved. They are not etched out like they are at other makers. You'll see the swirl and the patterns there actually look like you're scooping ice cream out of an ice cream container. Beautifully done Western saddle, German silver, 24 karat gold. This belt is immaculate. It is double saddle leather. That is not the same leather as you get on other belts. It is flexible right away, tough as nails, beautifully smooth. The texturing on this belt is immaculate. It is the most beautiful belt I have ever held. I said before that was the NWA Big Gold by Leather Rebels. I don't know if you've ever seen that one, but I know some makers are making it, but they can't do it justice for what Leather Rebels did. Then a WWF by Reggie Parks, but this belt has blown me away. It is so bright. It is exactly the way they made the original Crummy, and there's some big announcements with this. You'll want to go over to C4 Belts and join.
What's up, Kirk?
If you're interested on pricing, contact Colin. But this belt has no mistakes in it with stitching, has no frays. The leather is completely smooth edges all the way around. Beautiful detail on the wrestlers.
Yeah,
You
they're popping
cannot
out.
buy another Big Gold that is made this way anywhere else to be made exactly the way the original was. So you're getting a belt just like Flair held. And I'll pull it out a little bit whenever you want, and I'll hold it, and you can see how bright the gold is. And if you'll go back and look at Flair when he held his, you'll see how bright and shiny it was. They had to zoom in to get the detail. But C4 belts, I'm unbelievably honored to have one. It not only when that video is done, I'll show you here what it came in, but I got a certificate. It comes in a case, and it comes in a blue double velvet bag. So both
You
sides
say
are velvet.
velvet?
Yeah, both sides are velvet. Here's the
Oh, platinum
this was the case. It
Oh,
came in
man.
with their logo on it. The logo.
with the logo on it.
Wow.
Completely padded case so that you can take it around just like Flair.
Just like a
then-
champion.
Yep. And then on the inside of the belt, and I've got it in here for show, in a completely double velvet bag with their logo on it. Double velvet meaning it's also velvet inside. Reggie's had a velvet on the outside, but it was rough on the inside. This is not. The smell on the leather is just tremendous. When I got this Tuesday, I stayed up till 4:30 in the morning just staring at it. You'll also notice what a big deal is the measurements are right for the back so that you can snap it up and hold it and display it however you want.
Well, it's folded.
Here's the backing. Here's the back. Yeah, why it's folded. Some of the stuff that you'll see, a lot of them meet like here.
Yep.
That's not the way it's supposed to be. There's all the backing. It has a beautiful curve, just like the original did. And when you turn it around, you can also get custom nameplates. It'll come with a Ric Flair nameplate. But like I said, Colin will give all that information out to you when you contact him on the C4 page. And I'll put it down just a little bit so that you can see this.
That title is
Well,
prestigious, man.
And if you wanted to see the actual more review of it, it's on our page here. Just scroll down on Wide World of Belts.
What's up, Jason?
Kevin
this
did a
is the
really,
bag.
really thorough review of this belt. Was it last night?
It was Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay.
Wow, man, that thing pops.
You can see, yeah, just on the lights. And I had to turn out my lights are only up at 50%. And this is how much it breaks. And you can back away from the lights and you can still see how gold this belt is.
Yeah.
It is just under 9 pounds. It's right at 8 and a something. I would say it's 8, maybe 8.5 would be it. But there you see it. I got more video on our on this page. C4 has plenty of more pictures of this belt. But I own a WWF logo Reggie Winged Eagle, I would take this over it. That's how unbelievable this belt is, and some of the details that will come out. I can't, talk about them, but I'm telling you, you're going to want this belt because of the involvement in getting it done. And Colin has worked on this for years. He is a great friend, a great man, and I appreciate his friendship. And this belt is immaculate. My wife can't believe it. She's never said that. She's never seen me talk about a belt so much. It is the original of what the original was. I can't get you the exact measurements, but no, it's not the overly thick belt that some people are producing. It's the right, which I would believe that would be right platinum. Colin has all that for you, but it's the exact way, Flair's would be. I'm just blown away. The saddle leather, the smell of it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the classic Shields. There's nothing wrong with their belts, and they're beautiful belts. And I owned one of the premiums, but I sold it because I didn't need it because of this. They produce beautiful, beautiful belts, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to wait 2 to 3 years for the belts.
Yeah.
And this is actually handmade, not the bottom part of it like one of the other makers would do, but all of it handmade, hand chiseled out. It's made by a silversmith. So that's the way that the Crumbrines make their belts and make their stuff, just like you saw. I don't know if anybody you can go get a Crumbrine belt buckle and you can see how they make their stuff. But this is the same way that their stuff is, their stuff is done so that you can see the detail in it, and you can see when you hold it up. Because these are just like scoops of ice cream on here when you see it, how that's scooped up and carved, and you can see that the same detail.
Yeah.
It's like a chisel with a V groove in it. They push it along the metal to get the metal.
But it doesn't. It's perfectly smooth. It doesn't leave that. What a chisel.
What's going on, Colin?
It doesn't leave rigid edges like you can plainly see that acid etch does.
Yeah, this
That's
Facebook
Colin
user
right
is actually
there.
the maker right there, Colin.
Yep.
Okay, there he is.
8.7 pounds.
as the original was.
Yep.
But you can see those smooth swirls. There's absolutely smooth.
That thing is phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's no hit him up. I'm telling you, you are going to want this belt. And when they debut this belt and the way they're going to do it, you were going to not want to be behind. This belt takes about 4 months to get. The smell, it's just amazing. I can't say more enough about it. But if I had one belt to take with me anywhere, it would be this over my Reggie WWF, which was before that, that and the Reggie TV. But this, and you can get any nameplate. He can add you extra nameplates for a fee. I got one that says Davenport. I shared that on my page too. If you'll contact Colin right on here, he'll get the specs of the sheets. I don't want to go over the stuff with my brain and say a wrong amount of whatever it is. But like I said, you get double saddle leather. It's on par with Classic Shields, and what they're charging. Classic Shields is up to $3,200. Well, if it was me and my money, I'd pay $8,000 for this belt. It's not that much. I'm just saying, you're getting exactly what Ric Flair held. Exactly. And I'm telling you, when all the details are released, and I'll be done with this, when all the details come out, you're going to drop your mouth on just what went involved in making this.
Gabby. That's Colin Wynn, Nguyen, I believe.
What's up, Tyler? Hope you're feeling better, man.
C4 belts. Hit him up. And Kevin, one thing you mentioned in your live the other night, because it is hand tooled, hand engraved, not every belt is going to be exactly alike. It's going to be like snowflakes.
Yeah, there'll be some difference in the swirl. There'll be some little bit of difference, like a little bit of gap between this two swirls, maybe just a little bit more than.
But that's what makes it gonna. That's what's gonna make it unique.
Exactly.
Each one of them is going to be unique.
I gotta say,
they're not going to be different to where you can tell them on without getting down to the fine tooth and looking at the differences. It won't be differences where you can see, oh, well, mine's messed up or my end's bigger than that. Nothing you can tell with your eye. That's what I'm saying.
I like that comment, the last one, Mark.
Has she challenged you for the title yet?
No.
I
But
gotta say though, what a way to market that belt from the packaging to the bag. You said the certificate, right?
yes, got a certificate.
The certificate, the logo, the velvet on the outside and then in the inside with the logo on the outside of the bag.
I mean, you have a belt that comes with this. I mean, you can carry it around everywhere, just like Flair did. And I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of who was the Four Horsemen's manager? I forget his name.
JJ Dillon.
JJ Dillon.
He used to carry the Crumb Rhine in that silver case, and I think Conrad still has it in that silver case. Well, you can be just the same. So if you ever
Now-
take it anywhere,
Inside the case, is it velvet lining?
it is padded lining like a like the eggshell padding, and then down on the bottom it has just regular padding on the bottom. See, eggshell on the top and real thick padding. It's about 1.5 inches thick padding down on the bottom.
That's
Fits
nice.
in here nicely. It does not move if you were to put it in the pack and then shut it up. So if you were going to travel somewhere and take it,
Gentlemen, if you're interested, Colin shared his thing in the chat there.
Yeah, you have to go
You
to
wanna
the
hit 'em
comments and
up.
copy and paste, but that's the link to C4 Belts.
just go to C4. Yeah, just go to C4 Belts. Chat, type it in on Facebook. Join the group. He'll get you in. He is in Australia, but what's remarkable about him is he'll be up at 3:00 in the morning answering stuff. I never had to in this whole process message him once. He always updated. He has a group chat in the C4 that you can join. He's always talking about which batch they're on, which numbers they're up to. They're up to about 25 now or so, or getting done up to 25 now. I've never had to message him. I've never had to do anything. He was always on top of it, and it blows me away. I don't know how he has time to even kiss his wife with what he's done, but the fantastic job. And I'm telling you, best belt I've ever seen and best belt I've ever held in 22 years of the hobby.
By the
That's
way,
definitely a
Colin's
nice
watching.
belt, man.
Colin, I got your message. I'm sorry I'm doing the show right now. I'll get back with you after the show. But hello, by the way. You messaged me right during the show. So that
Thanks
is a
for
beautiful
sharing that,
belt.
man. That is a
It is beautiful.
belt.
And like Colin said up here, it is standardized, but each has its own soul and character because it is hand engraved. So there'll be slight little differences, but the artwork is all the same. It's just the unique little patterns of the cuts that they made. So very nice.
You can see how thick the double leather is.
Yeah, that's like two main pieces of leather together instead of just your regular leather with thin
Wow.
backing.
It's all been burnished and smooth as can be. No hole stitching, no fray. I mean, no extra holes. Sometimes you'll have a hole bigger than the other hole. when
Thank
somebody
you,
can do it.
Colin.
Yes, thank
Great
you.
work, man.
All the holes are perfectly in line and done. No frailing on the stitch. This stitch is not it's not something that'll fray either. When you rub on it, it's not made out of that cheap twine that some people use that frays.
What kind of
but it's
screws does
beautiful.
he use to mount the plates on?
Say what?
What kind of screws are those that he mounts the plates on with?
Are the Chicago screws or
I don't know. I don't work at Lowe's, so you'll
Okay.
have to ask him. They should be the Chicago's through. I mean, I've taken one out. They're the little screws that look like this.
yeah?
They're about this big, flat.
Okay.
Because you can take the nameplate off. They're that type screw that the real.
Because even
teeny
when you
tiny-
showed the back of the belt, it
Oh,
looks
the
perfect.
saddlery Chicago screws. So
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
they're made for thicker pieces of leather.
There you go.
Nice.
And I'm guessing
Well,
the
like I said,
snaps the same way. I'm guessing the
If
snaps the
if,
same way.
if you have those questions that I'm not answering tonight, just hit Colin up in his chat. He'll go over everything with you. I'm telling you. I mean, he's even watching here tonight, supporting us. He watched the other night on the live. He's just a great guy, and he's been really nice and comforting and saying praying for me with my health issue. So I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for this belt, for my wife, and you guys. So I really, really appreciate it. So
Yeah, we want to
I love
thank Colin for his support of the show and everything he's
Yeah,
done
thank
for
you,
Kevin.
Colin.
Yes,
Kevin,
thank you very
thanks for
much.
sharing that, man. That's awesome, man.
Absolutely.
Very impressive.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna show off a
Very
couple
nice.
Hi,
pieces I'm
guys.
working on. I'm gonna show off a couple pieces I'm working on right now.
He's gonna go challenge for the title. He'll be back.
Yeah. The half owner of the belt wants a challenge, so these belts, two belts here I'm working on. They're unfinished right now. They lack backing and snaps, but this one here I showed. I think the plates a couple weeks ago. Oops. This one is sold. It's already have a down payment on it. This is Dome Globe. This is by Dream Championship belts.
zoom in
Can't
on
hurt-
you,
or
Mark.
should- Let me go full screen.
Full screen.
There we go. There's your main plate. These are actually 2mm plates, believe it or not. But look at the etching on that.
Nice. They did a good
Nice.
job.
Yeah, they did. Wonderful job. There's your Mexico plate and Japan. And this one here is a lot like the one that's out there right now with the NWA. It's got the United Kingdom flag instead of the Australia flag, and then you got Canada, of course.
Hey, isn't that Ben's favorite belt?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ben loves this belt.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's his number one belt of all of his collection.
Absolutely.
It lacks backing and snaps, so it'll be finished. And it also needs lacing. This one needs lacing. This one's by Dream Championship Belts, Tanvir Kershid. And then this one here is by our sponsor, Unique Championship Belts. I showed off this belt a couple weeks ago, but it was made by somebody else. I don't know who that maker was. This is the World Class Tag Team Championship Belt by Unique Championship Belts, and I did the leather on this. And so it's got that rosebud, what do we call it, tooling. Very nicely etched. This is 4mm plates. This belt's going to be for sale when I get it done. There's some tooling here, and the snap boxes, which need snaps, but the snap boxes have no tooling. They're smooth. So,
That's a good one, Tyler.
so if you're interested in this, hit me up after the show. I'll be finished with it hopefully by the end of the weekend. It just needs backing and snaps. And last week, I believe, yes, last week I had the belt of the week, which was the American Heavyweight Championship that I ended up giving to Lane, but I haven't shipped it yet because I was working on a second piece that goes with it, and that was the logo plate. And this is what I did with the logo plate. It's going to be
Nice.
laced. I'm gonna
Very
lace it when I
nice.
lace the other belt. But I got my logo stamp there. Where she got WCWA on there.
Very cool. Very
And
cool.
I tooled around the logo plate. So as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna ship this along with the belt to Lane. Hopefully sometime next week. That belt has to be laced too. I made another one. This is for Gianni. Gianni sent me this logo plate for the WWF champion, and I'm doing this one as well. It will
Very
be
cool.
laced. I did not plan on lacing this one, but because of how close the tips of the top of the plate were close to the edge, the tooling was not going to work, so I had to end up lacing it. And
Awesome
of course,
desk item and things like
it
that.
needs
Pretty cool.
backing and lacing too. So anyway, those are projects in the works. So,
Awesome.
but the Dome Globe is sold. I just got down payment tonight on it. The World Class is up for sale when it's finished. I don't have any bids on that one yet, so if you're interested in that, let me know. Let's see. There's Ethan. Happy anniversary, Ethan.
What's up,
Yeah.
Ethan?
Happy. You might have missed it, but I did a whole shout out. I did a dance for you, Ethan. You got to go back.
Yeah.
and watch.
He did. He's talking about your belt. I'm
What?
pretty sure.
Oh.
It's a cool belt.
No, it's yours too. I mean, no belt. And like I said, nobody's putting down, CS or anything that anybody chooses to get or price. Some
Yeah.
people may afford it. Maybe
Yeah.
some
I
people
was-
can't. Don't
I'm
worry
going to
about
message CS tomorrow because it'll be 2 months from tonight. Will be 2 years since I ordered those plates. So
it. And who was it that recently just posted that they're waiting they're met at 3-year mark, over 3 years?
that was Ray
can't-
Mraz, and that's who I was
can't
going to
do
talk
that.
about next.
I mean, I own just as many CS belts back there as the next. You just can't do that to somebody. You can't.
Yeah.
All right.
He told me, he assured me I would not be waiting 2 years. It'll be 2 years and 2 months here from
By
tonight.
the time Mark gets his, it'll be coming around to my anniversary of my divorce for my first wife.
They will have found who was that?
Jimmy
Teamster-
Hoffa.
Yeah, they'll
Jimmy
find
Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa talking about plates. Robert Nacy.
Remember how
There
James Dillon, he used to hold the big gold like this? Do you remember that?
Yes. Yes.
He used to fold his hands underneath there and hold them like this.
That's the way those belts should be held,
Bobby-
in my,
yeah,
in my
Bobby.
opinion. In my opinion.
Yeah. Tully Blanchard, Iron Anderson, and Ric Flair all used to say, you don't wear your belts during an interview, you hold them, you wear them to the ring. That's
Exactly.
Hey, Kevin, I know you probably heard this before, but how big is it?
The belt. The belt.
Oh, the hemorrhoid? Or, oh, yeah.
The belt.
I mean, I don't know the exact measurements.
The
Colin
main plate is just like the original, man.
Yeah, it's all the sizing. Like
Yeah.
Colin said, everything is to the exact way the original was.
That is awesome, man.
I mean, look at
I'm
that
wondering
deal.
if Colin can answer this. You know, they got that book about the crime rhino. He used that for reference.
Oh gosh, he has it. Yeah, yeah, you got the notes in there, but like I said, what will drop will you won't need the big gold belt. Just wait. Just wait.
There's your measurements: 13.5 by 12 inches.
That's
Told
what I
you.
told. That's
He
what I
is-
told all the ladies.
When it comes to his stuff, he is on point, professional, and honest, and he's kind about it. You don't want it? That's fine. There's not a negative bone in his body. He's great. And look at him right here. He doesn't have to be here tonight. I don't know what. Let's see what time it is in Australia.
Fantastic belt, man.
It's tomorrow in Australia.
Yeah, I mean,
It's already probably Friday afternoon in Australia.
it is 10:26. Okay, so it's 10:26 a.m. in Australia.
Oh, okay, that's close. I was close. I was off by a couple hours.
Like I said, he's messaging me up till 3 a.m. before.
Wow. Okay.
So he's great at what he does. So C4.
So, yeah, the guy that mentioned he posted he'd been waiting on his belts for 3 years from Classic Shields is a man by the name of Ray Mraz, who goes on Facebook as Ray Jr. Mraz. That's just one of several different variations of that name he's used in the last 4 or 5 years. I became aware of Mr. Mraz when about 4 or 5 years ago he hit me up to do red leather on 2 NWA blue tag team belts, both Buck Classic Shields. He's having brunch, Colin. Having brunch, took the day off.
Nice.
All right, brunch. Anyway, he hit me up to do these belts, and one of them, he said you can keep the straps. One of them was actually autographed by Road Warrior Animal, and you could barely see it. You could barely see it. In fact, I didn't keep the strap. I tossed it because you can't read it. Couldn't read the autograph. But he was very happy with the purchase, with the re-leathers. I shipped them to him, and what he told me at the time. This was pre-COVID. As a matter of fact, Road Warrior Animal was still alive because he got his autograph on these new straps that I made for him. But he was collecting two belts for every tag team that the Road Warriors held in their career. You know, the AWA tags, both the inmate version and the new ones. The Georgia National Tag Team Championships. I think they had some Japanese titles they held. These NWA tags. So anyway, he started selling these off about a year or so ago, and I hit him up. He and I weren't good friends. He added me when I was making the straps for him, doing the re-leathers, and we talked off and on about different leather things. Just nothing personal, just leather stuff. And I hit him up. I said, I noticed you're selling these belts. Are you getting out of the hobby? He said, no. I'm just selling these, getting different versions of them. Oh, okay. 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 Cool deal. But anyway, here recently, something came up, and I can't remember the guy's name. Was it Jason Ritter?
Yeah.
This guy. Okay. He hit Kevin up to come on the podcast, or not podcast, but to join our group, Wide World of Belts, because he was having quite a time with Ray, who was selling him an NWA tag, blue tag. He sold one, I think, and was selling the other one. And I don't know all the particulars of this, but from what I understand, over a 2-week period, he had paid for the belt, I think $400, and had not had the belt shipped to him yet. Ray was using different excuses, a la Curtis Thompson, why he could not deliver the belt. He had it boxed up, ready to go. He had it. There's my cousin Michael. Oh, Mike. He had it already boxed up, ready to go, but he could not find time to go to the post office and drop it off. He had a granddaughter born. He couldn't get off work on time. I don't remember what there's 2 or 3 or 4 excuses he came up with why he could not take 10, 15 minutes out of his day to go ship these belts. And so I guess Jason finally got a little bit, he's been patient. So congratulations on the grandbaby. And that's, whatever happened. He was very sympathetic with that. But I guess at some point his patience kind of finally wore thin. And he started voice calling Ray through Messenger, asking him, hey, what's going on? And so Ray went off on him. Ray, he said, well, you still owe me something for shipping. Or he had told him previously, I'll cover the shipping plus the $6 PayPal fee, which I don't usually pay, but I'll cover those for you. Well, apparently these Jason's insistence on getting communication on where this belt was going to be shipped was starting to irritate Ray. And Ray said, "I'll tell you what, if you're going to be that way, I'm going to make you pay the $25 shipping plus the shipping charge or the PayPal fees." And so, anyway, he joined our group, Wide World of Belts. He started posting polls, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna delete those polls because that's not helpful. You need to just post what happened. So he did. And Kevin called him out. I called him out. I said, seems shady to me. And I don't know the guy real well. We've just talked off and on. And so Kevin reached out to him through a private message, and Mr. Mraz was just not very friendly to him at all. I don't remember what he told you, Kev. I don't know if you want to divulge that. But,
Just every name in the book, and
Yeah.
that doesn't help the situation. I just posted to try to get pressure to, look, you need to mail this belt. But the long story short is, he was changing the guy. The dispute came when not only you need to mail the belt after it had been a week or so or 2 weeks, 2 days without water, granddaughter was born, some other things at work or some things had happened. Then he asked for the shipping, said he was short on money. Can you pay for the shipping? And then it turned in, no, you need to because of how good of a deal you got.
Yeah.
So, that's where it's in. And I just jumped in, and the screenshots were shared between them, and you can see, I got the shipping, I'm covered. And then he changed on the shipping. And then the long story short is, well, you can debate or whatever or not. The guy doesn't want to pay your shipping now. So why can't you just refund the money and be done with it? But it kept coming issue. And then he was he said he was going to refund the money. And I said, okay, it'll all be good. And he refunded the money. And I posted I deleted the old email because it doesn't need to be up there. You did your business, you handled it. Get rid of not the old email, the old post. And I deleted it and just put in there that both of them had come to terms, and there was a disagreement on how shipping should be done, and that situation's taken care of. That was it. But Jason said here in the past couple of days that the money that he refunded, he did it through goods and services. So PayPal was like, we can't give you this money unless, because he paid you through goods and services, you got to show either tracking of something or whatever, or you can't get the money. So he's like, hey man, you paid me goods and services. I can't get this money because you're saying that you're sending me this money because of you buying something. And no, this is supposed to be a refund. What you needed to do was go to the original transaction and just hit refund, and things would have been solved. So Jason refunded the $388 that was sent to him wrongly back to him. Ray got that money. Good. And I was talking between them. Everything was good. And then hold on, getting a brain thing. He refunded the money. And then he said he was going to send it back the other way, but he didn't. He sent me a screenshot of the box with his address on it to Pennsylvania, and said he was mailing. I said, good, all good between you guys. I'm done. I'm not messing with it, and to be done. And then a couple of days later, Ray said, hey man, the belt's been delivered since yesterday, but the guy's not, taking it off of PayPal. So I reached out to Jason again. I said, hey, do you have? He says, no, I don't have anything. I don't have anything today, but I'm not home today, but I'll ask my neighbors, but definitely didn't get anything yesterday. So I checked the tracking, and the tracking delivered something to Massachusetts, not to Pennsylvania. So I asked Ray, I said, hey, what's up? He said it was the wrong tracking. He's going to get me the right tracking tomorrow and send it to him. And I said, yeah, just send it to the guy, Jason, and send the tracking to PayPal. And when PayPal sees that it's delivered or whatever, they'll drop that inquiry that Jason did, and Jason goes his way and Ray goes the other way. But Ray's been working with me through the situation, and so is Jay. And I was just trying to help the situation because I was asked to, but Ray's not dodged me, and he's answered everything and provided everything. He just needs to get the correct tracking number, and then it'll all be good. Jason said there is his neighbor said there is a couple packages, one from Amazon and one from somebody else. So it may have arrived today, but we can't see because we don't have the right tracking number. So hopefully Jason goes home tomorrow. He's working a double shift, and he'll see that it's been delivered and all be taken care of. If not, then Ray will send him the correct tracking because he said he mailed 2 things that day. And he'll send the correct tracking, and it'll all be over.
Yeah, you've actually spent a lot of hours on this deal.
I spent 10 and a half hours on it Sunday, and I've spent now 4 on it today.
which you didn't have to do, but
Nope.
I applaud you for
No, because the other thing is Jason needs to unblock him. And I said, look, tonight you unblock him and finish it.
Yeah.
Talk. Don't matter about each other. Don't insult each other. Talk. Work it out like adults and get it done. But I need to stop being them. I'm not you guys' go between. I posted it. I got it. Now, if he's still doing wrong stuff, then I'll go say, hey, Ray, do it. But Ray's got everything that I've asked. Ray just has got to send the correct tracking because the one that he sent is not delivered to Pennsylvania. It was delivered to Massachusetts. But he says, yeah, exactly. Me and Ethan just do it and get it done. We mail our stuff, send a copy of the tracking and be done. And if you want to know how to mail and do stuff belts, go on our page. I've listed how you should do things. When you sell a belt, have the box ready, the paper, the bubble wrap ready, have everything ready to go so that it sells, so that you can get it out the next day. If you can't, tell the mailer what day you will mail the belt and do it. Zip it up, take a picture of it, show it to them. When you get to the post office, take a picture of the tracking, give them the tracking number themselves, upload the tracking to PayPal so there's no issues. When you pay for a belt, unless you've done a good amount of deals with the person, use PayPal goods and services. That way it protects both the buyer and the seller, and you're good on that way. But if you're also going to mail something that's very, very expensive, some things happen with these belts that they get damaged. But in your chat with the buyer, offer them the opportunity to buy insurance or build it into your price or build shipping into your price. Either way, they say, no, I don't want to insure the belt, and that's on them. If something happens to it, you're not responsible. Be wise, be civil. If there's issues, just talk about it.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Good old
All
Kevin.
right, Kevin.
All right. I got a little side note to the story because when he went off on Kevin in the in the chat, I removed him from the Wide World of Belts group because I don't allow that kind of behavior in the group. And even though it wasn't public, I just if he's going to do that privately, he'll probably do it publicly. And this is unusual behavior for Ray. I've never known him to be this way. I know he's got a short temper, which he's posted on his page, his personal page, some things he was going through, and so I knew he was prone to that. But he's never done this as far as the belt groups are concerned, as far as I know. But so I removed him from the group.
No,
Didn't say a word about it.
he had a good reputation out there. This is the
He
first
did.
time.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes. But he went off on me. He said, you can kick me out of your group all you want to, but this was a douche move you did. And I mean, started using all sorts of obscenities. He called Kevin names.
Mark
He
didn't
called
have
me
nothing
names.
to do with it.
No. Well, I kicked
posted
him out of the group. That's and he
Oh,
saw my
okay.
comment. He saw my comment about it. It seemed shady what he was doing. And he said, what's this BS you're talking about? And so I took that post or his post down, or his comments down. And so he just goes laying into me, told me he wanted to square up with Kevin if he ever saw him. Called me every name
Would that be a good idea for him, Mark?
no, absolutely not. I would buy a ticket for that. But he
He'll get
wouldn't
a quick
stop.
refund. It'll be a 10-second belt.
Yeah, I said, you don't need to use foul language. It's a simple thing. You need to refund the guy or ship the belt. He said, we're not in church. Well, I wasn't saying we were in church. I'm just saying you're not solving anything by just going after everybody else, attacking everybody
It's
else for
not
something
civil.
you're
Yeah,
doing.
you won't get
Yeah.
to the heart of the situation or
Yeah.
fix it if both people are insulting. One will block, one will get mad. You're
Yeah.
not fixing the situation.
Yes, I was trying to be rational with him, and here's how he responded. He called me sensitive. He said I was being sensitive, and told me I was probably a Democrat. That pissed
He
me
called
off.
you a Democrat.
He called me a Democrat. It's still real to me, damn it. But anyway, so I blocked him and told him his name's going to be diminished in the hobby just based on his behavior. And I let it sit for about, 5-6 hours, and I unblocked him in case he had more to say, which at this point he hasn't since Sunday. So, but Ray Mraz is no longer a member of Wide World of Belts. I hate that. He accused me of drinking Bud Light. I don't think so. I'm a Coors guy.
And let me add to this before the story is over. Then the next day after I had, I said, hey, if the situation gets fixed, I'll delete all the two posts, the one that's in the scammer and the one in our group about, the situation. The chat that Jason sent me, the screenshot
Yes.
of all the effort in 2 weeks of not, or however long it was. But, I took them off and then put a chat, the two posts in the two places that I had posted about, and said it was solved, even though now it's still trying to get cleared up. But I said it was solved. But then there was this person. What was his name again?
Not sure who you're talking
Christopher
about.
Torquette.
Oh,
Torquette.
Chris Turcotte. Chris Turcotte, yes. Chris Turcotte, yes.
Whatever. Never heard of the guy before. But he goes, he had some little rant of a post says, "Hey, I've done 3 deals with him, and he's always been great with me, and I've never had an effort, but I'm just throwing that out there for what it's worth." So I said, "You know what?" I said, I'm not going to take this." So I got on that post and I said, "Well, that doesn't matter to the buyer, and I'll say it to everybody. Even my deal, if I go out there and scam somebody tomorrow, my reputation doesn't matter to that person I scam, does it? No. Does my reputation in the past help that person that I've just scammed? No. So it doesn't matter that you're backing the guy, but why would you stand up for somebody that's doing something wrong? I'll call out my own mother if she's scamming. That's where your buddies and your friends need to say, hey, you need to do the right thing. And I would hope that if I ever did something wrong, my friends would step up and say the same thing to me. But, just because somebody had great and that person's coming into my box and then he came to my inbox, but I said, just come into my box, that message saying, he'd had 3 great deals and that, what did that matter? That having 3 great deals doesn't help this Jason get his belt or his money back. It doesn't matter to him. Those past, great. I'm glad you got your stuff. This guy hasn't. So I don't care about the past reputation.
You're only as good as
he's trying to ruin it now, but hopefully he can recover it and get right with this person.
You're only as good as your last deal.
But exactly, it doesn't help. And then this person comes to my inbox and wants a cuss fest about it, and I didn't get into it with him. I said, "You're an idiot. You're defending wrongdoing. So certainly don't want that in my inbox in my group. So enjoy your day." And I said to him, the last thing I said to that person, what's his name again?
Chris Turcotte.
Beanbag. That I said, look, I hope when you get scammed, somebody doesn't say this to you. Yeah. Because that what you just said will come back to haunt you, because somebody's going to say, hey, I had to really, and see how it helps you out.
That's kind of like waiting 2 years for a belt and being told it's worth the wait. But I digress.
Do the right thing. Everybody do the right thing. Again, if you sell a belt, if you don't want to pay for shipping, then include your shipping into it. So if it's a $400 belt that you want to get $425 and your belt's $425, all you got to do, have it ready, have your stuff to go, be professional, do it right, and all will be good.
There you go.
Ben, you got an opinion? Ben, you got an opinion on this?
It was a severe breakdown of communication, the whole situation.
That's putting it mildly.
I wish it wouldn't have played out like that, especially once it started getting out into the groups. It should have been handled
behind the scenes,
less toxic than it was, than it became. It became a pissing contest after a while, and it shouldn't have gotten that. It shouldn't have gotten to that point. I spoke with both of those guys, just like a few other of us have too. And I just wish it would have been a better situation.
What's up, Kinzer?
Quicker.
I got a story about him
in the house.
A quicker resolution. So
he should have mailed the belt or given the guy he should have mailed the belt or given the guy's money back over 2 weeks.
Right. But then there's also the fact that that buyer did goods and services. He could have filed a claim a lot sooner.
He did. Well, he was trying to give an opportunity to do it.
I understand that, but this started rotating after about a month. There's a lot of these times people will file a claim after 2 weeks, because to me, I sell belts, and I try to get the belts or the item out the next day after that transaction has been agreed upon. I've received the money, I'm shipping it out. I'm not going to hold it unless I have an emergency. Then I'm going to try to relay a message to that buyer to let them know the situation. Like I said, a lot of this was a lot of breakdown of communication between the two parties.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Well, okay. Well, then here's the communication, but then turning on somebody and telling them that they're going to pay shipping now after that wasn't.
That was totally
And
I
let me add
referred.
this. So now that we want to get this more opened up, I offered to pay for the shipping 6 times, 6 different times. I said, I'll pay for the shipping. What's your PayPal? Still wasn't good enough. This person went back on this guy and said, you got to pay shipping because I don't have the money to shipping. I've seen the text. The texts were all there. I can send them to everybody else that if you want to see them. But they should have worked it out between them two. But when you go and cuss at another person's taking it, or if they're cussing back and forth, these two should have been men and doing it. But when the person won't contact you back anymore and leaving you hanging, you got to do what you do and let PayPal help you and step in. But when you're trying to circumvent certain things, or the thing that I'm talking about was wrong, is telling somebody that they now got to pay for shipping when shipping was included. Then my simple solution was, hey, okay, then we'll just say this lightly. We'll say it's a difference of agreement on shipping. Then just send the money back. But still wouldn't do that.
If there was an original agreement on who paid for shipping, then that's what should have been honored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
There
posted
again,
And
a
it wasn't.
screenshot.
It wasn't.
Mark, you've seen it.
And
Yeah,
there again,
He said, I got
it was-
shipping.
it was paid goods and services. He could have filed a claim.
Yeah.
And
But
this could have, de-escalated a lot quicker than this whole thing. And Ray is shooting on everyone that's, trying to help.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to defend either side, but the way I'm looking at it down the middle is this could have resolved the solution. This could have been a solution to the problem. This could have been a solution to the problem.
Yeah.
Um,
and I want to
they
add to
both
the
have outs to it.
Yeah, and I want to have one quick comment to the
But I didn't
shipping
want
thing.
Ray to have some stain on his reputation. So if this guy waits and lets PayPal goods and services have it, then he's going to be making a whole lot of different posts of, hey, you scam me and I got a PayPal, and then that'll never be fixed.
You can't
He's got
say
a
he
mark on
scammed
his
him if he got his
reputation.
money back, but
Yeah.
it's just he's gonna
Well, he
have
can say something because
just
he was
anybody.
scammed. You can say something. If I've got to go back through PayPal to get my money, I'm going to tell you scammed me because it's not you
You
giving me my
can't
money
use
back.
that word. You can't use that word. I can't agree with that. The thing is, you can say,
In a
hey, you can
court of
give
law, it
somebody
will
a
be
bad, you
scammed.
can give
It
somebody
will be scammed.
a bad review. Now, if you say, well, this is what happened, and we had a breakdown between the whole transaction, I had to go through PayPal, then, just with anybody, if anybody sees that, then like, okay, I'm not going to, try to buy from that person because he had this issue with that person. You can't necessarily call him a scammer. But
And
you just had a bad transaction with them. And that could affect somebody just as much as scamming somebody.
Yeah, the word scammer gets used way
let me
too
tell you
often.
this. In a court of law, he'll be scamming. But if he doesn't use PayPal to get his money back and he goes to this court system, what's it called then? Because that person has stolen the money and not received the goods. That's intent with intent to fraud. And if he doesn't want to use PayPal, if he doesn't want to use PayPal, then he goes to that's still a offense that he can be charged with because you have taken that person's money and not given them a belt or refunded it. So he didn't have to use PayPal if he didn't want to. So what are you going to call it then if he doesn't,
Kevy. I'll add this one comment, then we'll move on because we could go off on all sorts of rabbit trails with this discussion. But on the shipping thing, when Ray was, hitting my inbox full of obscenities, what he told me on the shipping was, I was going to pay the shipping at first, which I normally don't do. He said, but he said he started inboxing me or calling me through Messenger while I was at work. It pissed me off, so I told him, fine, you're going to pay the shipping if you're going to be a smart ass about it. So I called that shipping an annoyance fee because that's basically what he was describing. But either way, we're still going to, hopefully we'll have an update for this by next week, and hopefully he gets rid.
I would have pulled out of the cell after like a week. I would have been like,
but some people are more patient than others. I mean, look at me.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, some people are more patient than others. Look at me. I'm waiting almost 2 years for a set of plates.
Right.
And I'm not trying to argue with Ben here or get mad at Ben. So y'all don't start that mess.
Y'all kiss and make up.
I'm not mad at him. We're just discussing.
I'm just messing with you.
He's got an opinion and I've got mine.
Yeah, there you go. So there's one more thing I want to talk about before the end of the first hour. Actually, there's two things, but one I'm just going to briefly touch on. I'll get to that last. Kenzer Keel commented a while ago, and I forgot to mention at the top of the show. I apologize. If you're watching us on YouTube, and I hope you are, because we like to expand our audience, that portion of the show is made possible by a partnership with the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast, of which Jake or Kenzer Keel is a part of. Him and Landon Bumgardner do a great job, and you can look them up on Apple Podcasts, on Linktree. I can't remember what the other formats are, but pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast, that's where you get that. So they'll talk about wrestling. But Jake messaged me this morning. I keep laughing every time I see this because I know what happened. But he told me that a friend of his who runs an independent wrestling organization, I believe here in Oklahoma, had ordered a pair of tag belts from a maker overseas, and I don't remember what the name of the maker was, Championship Belt something. And so he set on a price. What I was told initially was he settled on a price. The maker sent him one of the 2 tag belts and wanted more money for the second belt. And I said, "Do you have screenshots to prove he was paying for 2 belts?" He said, "Yeah." So he sent them to me. Now I'm not going to show all of them. Okay, it's Majestic Championship. I won't go identify it if you don't want me to, but you put it out there, so it's out there. Yeah, anywhere a podcast can be found, you can look up Brothers Kayfabe. So he sent me these
Hey,
screenshots.
Jake, I'm gonna order trios titles from you.
So anyway, he sent me some screenshots. I'm gonna go show about 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of them. And here's the initial thing, and I think I know what happened here. He's asking this maker how much for tag belts. Now, see, there's a plural there, belts. And the maker says, "Bro, you want tags team championship belts." So he's very free with the S's here. Sir, tags team belt championship belts, 280 including shipping. Okay, so that's the beginning of the transaction. Well, he makes this one belt and ships it to the guy. And here's the response he gets in return. He said, "Bro, yes, my friend, make another belt." And so he said, "So my friend, you put order for this same title." He said, "I'm not paying for it." "Well, why?" He said, "Because it's supposed to be 2 belts." He said, "No, my friend, you give me order for one, you not tell for 2, and you pay for 1, you not paid for 2 titles." He said, "Bro, you're so dumb." I mean, that's the funny part of it. So let's go back to the original deal here. Belts, Sir Tag Team Championship belts, 280 including shipping. Okay. So we move along, and I can't read all that. The print's so small. He shows him pictures. I thought I'd delete some of these, but comes down to this. He said, "My friend, I send you final picture." He said, "Is it 2 belts?" He said, "No, my friend, it's 1 title." To which Majestic Championship Belt says, "When it's a tag team, it's 2 belts." So what I want to get the audience opinion on this. Here's what I think happened. I think there was a language barrier here, which is common with Pakistani makers. They don't have the best English. And I told Jake, most people who collect belts, for the most, I say 98% of them order 1 tag team belt for their collection.
Mhm.
On a rare occasion, such as the case of Ray Mraz, he collects 2 of every one. I mean, that's rare. But I think in this case there was a breakdown in communication because 280 is a bargain. I mean, an absolute bargain for two tag team belts.
Yeah.
But I think it was. I don't think there was a scam going on here. I think it was a miscommunication, and I didn't show a couple of screenshots, but it was comical. I could tell the guy was getting frustrated with the maker.
And he
but,
may have never talked to a maker before, and
He may not
you
have. He
know,
may not.
right?
But the belt was
you know,
beautiful. It was absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful. And I hope they can resolve this issue. But
Yeah.
I told Jake, and Ben can back me up on this. 280 for that belt is not bad. But a year ago, that belt would have sold for about 350.
Yeah.
So, but I don't remember the name. It's Championship Belt something was the name of the maker. It looked like he did a pretty good job on it. The leather looked good. The place looked good. So I hope they can resolve that peacefully and walk away happy. All right, I got a Hogan 86, so I'm getting ready to relive for somebody, and I got one for myself. I'm going to relive her, so that'll be coming up as soon as I get these other customer belts
2
done.
weeks, bro.
2 weeks, bro. Yeah. And Jake agrees with me with language barrier. I think that's simply what it is.
Definitely was a language barrier.
If you have somebody that's not experienced with talking with an overseas maker, that's going to happen.
I still want to order those trios belts.
Brother, make you 1, send me fun. I'll make 2. Yeah, who's on first? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it happens. It's happened to me before. Not basically on price. I've had some issues with artwork where they misunderstood what I said, but
Yeah.
it happens. It happens.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just again a breakdown of
That'll be
communication.
interesting to see.
Breakdown of communication. And when he did the initial order, he should have explained it to him. He want 2 belts. You know,
Cut it down the
we
middle.
know belts is plural and it means more than one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, yeah,
They always
It's-
they always add an S to it. If you notice,
right.
they always
right.
do that.
Shit,
I'm
shit,
championship
yes.
belts makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask for a
So-
receipt, and you'll see that there are 2 or 1 on there.
Yeah. So I hope there's a lesson to be learned here. Just be patient with your maker. Be clear what you're wanting. If you want 2 belts, say, especially if you're ordering tag team belts, because
Right.
most people order just 1.
Mhm.
In the case of this, it was a wrestling organization. He wanted 2, and that probably either wasn't clearly presented to the maker, or the maker just didn't understand it clearly. And I can see where it could happen very easily. So anyway, I hope that I have to check out Majestic Championship Wrestling. I think they're in Oklahoma City. But I got kicked. I got kicked out of that because I knew it, as soon as I saw the screenshots, I knew what happened. I knew that.
Mhm.
So
I mean, the price told it right there. As soon as I seen 280, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Is
Yeah.
this 1 or 2 belts? I would have asked, but
Yeah.
you know, it could have been somebody less experienced dealing with it.
for less than a cup of coffee a day, you can sponsor a tag team belt. But I mean, from the pictures I saw, it looked like a beautiful belt. But the tag team's got the wrestlers who represents that title.
Oh, we're already headed to the second hour soon.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes to the second hour, and I want to bring up one quick thing because it's kind of stuck out like a sore thumb today. There's been an issue between Stephen Hammer and Gary Sutton, and I'm not going to address the particulars of that. I've talked with Kevin, I talked with Stephen, I talked with Gary. It's a simple case of they're going to have to work it out between themselves, and it should have been private. It somehow became public, and I hate to see that because I think they're both decent guys, good guys, and so I hope they can kind of set aside the differences. But it's between the 2 of those guys. They need to work it out. I'm not choosing sides on this. I've talked to both sides. I see both sides in this, and it's just one of those unfortunate things. And that's all I got to say about that.
Something
Not
that we don't
personal.
need to discuss. It's not our business.
That's right. None of our
Simple as
business.
that.
Yeah, Vince Russo. Yeah. You start pant work tomorrow, not paint, but pant. Yeah. There you go, Wimpy. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. So anyway, I don't know if there's anything else going on in the belt hobby world.
Well, I got
I
something
did-
that's not belt related when you're done.
Okay, I was just going to say I got a Hogan 86 in the mail today from a customer to Releather, and I'm going to start on that as soon as I finish these 2 belts this weekend. I'll probably start earlier next week. And then I got a set of plates for Hogan 86 for myself. I ordered from Unique that I'm going to do for myself at some point, but that's not probably the next one on my list. I still got 5 or 6 sets of plates and boxes for myself.
I was just gonna say that. You still haven't touched them.
No. Now the American Heavyweight Championship, I'm giving to Lane that I put on the show last week. I got another set of those plates. I'm going to relive those probably next, and I'll put that belt up for sale. So, yeah, he wants that crumb run. What do they call that? The nickname for the crumb run is a crummy.
What was that comment?
He said, Kevin, send me that belt. Carmine wants that belt.
He's ordered one.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, he'll have to wait 4 months. So.
He ordered not too long ago. After I ordered mine, so he should be getting it soon.
I want to make one statement on this. This has been gone back and forth on the last several weeks, and I want to put it to rest as far as I'm concerned. You got one set of people that say the hobby is dead for their reasons, and they've outlined those reasons. And you got more people like me who say the hobby is alive and well. And I will say this, and I've said it to the other side, and it's all I'm going to say about it. The hobby is for everybody. Everybody gets something different out of the hobby.
Yep.
If the hobby is dead to you, then it's dead to you. If it's
Yep.
if it's very much alive and well and very active to you, that I mean, it depends on what you want out of the hobby. So don't let one person tell you what it is, or somebody else tell you what it, the opposite. Determine what it means to you, and just go about it that way. That's the way I
Form
see
your
it.
own opinion. Yep.
So, yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
can I add one quick thing about that?
No, go ahead.
To me, if the hobby's dead, you wouldn't be keep on buying belts. We wouldn't meet friends like you guys.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have this thing to talk about every Thursday night, on chats every night. Um, the positive things, getting friends. Some call the word that's thrown around a lot too
Bring
much
him on.
is brother. Um, if the hobby's dead, you wouldn't keep on collecting. Just put it that way. If it was
Uh,
dead, why would you buy into something that's dead?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Can he come on to explain it?
Yeah, for a minute, because I got some other stuff I'll get on there. So let me get to we'll start the second hour. Let me send him a link real quick.
If Nora's watching, I want to show him something real quick.
All right, Carmine, I apologize. I'm gonna have to keep it brief. So, where's he at? Oh, just a second.
I'm gonna be off camera for a few minutes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Link sent. While we're waiting on him to show up, I do too. I just want to remind everybody the show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Barrel Leathering and by Unique Championship Belts. And if you're watching
What's
us
up,
on
Antonio?
Facebook, and if you're watching us on Facebook and don't click on the StreamYard link, you'll just show up as one of many Facebook users. But there is an option. You can go to YouTube, look up the Wide World of Belts YouTube channel, and look for the current Spanning the Globe stream and comment to your heart's content. And if you're watching us on YouTube, that portion of the show is made possible by the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast, a partnership on the StreamYard subscription. That's Jake Keel, who we mentioned earlier.
Thank
They
you,
are out of
guys.
Oklahoma City, and you can look up, listen to them on anywhere you listen to your podcast. They also have a, what's that, where you pay to see extra stuff, extra content. They have that. Patreon. They have Patreon too. So they have a part of it you can watch. So, and I'm going to bring on Carmine for just a minute. Mr. Carmine,
Mr.
welcome.
Kevin, screw you and your belt. It's fucking hot, bro. It's hot. I can't wait to get it. It's worth every penny. It's worth every penny. All right.
Right.
So I think you beat me too late there.
Yeah, you did.
So, all right. So the hobby is dead comment because I'm the one that started this.
Mhm.
And Mike agrees with me and Ethan agrees with me. And I never said belt collecting was dead. Obviously, I'm still buying belts. In 2 months, I've spent $10,000 on championship belts. Thank you, Kevin and Ethan, for that, because I was happy enough with $250 belts until they got me to buy one American belt, and then the kind of went off the rails. So the hobby, as far as collecting, I never said, the hobby as far as collecting is dead. But the hobby as we knew it during the pandemic, that's dead. And a lot of you guys weren't there for it, so you don't know what I'm talking about. And so it's not what it was when Brothers of the Belt was the hot group, and we were in chat every single night for 4 or 5 hours, falling asleep in chat, right? Like, that hobby's dead. And it's not coming back because the pandemic is gone.
People still do that.
People do it in small groups, but not the way it was. And I think also, if you need proof that the hobby as we knew it is dead, look at the price of belts. You can't give belts away anymore unless they're really high end. And then that's kind of assing out the people that are on the lower end of the spectrum. The 250 belts, have become 150 belts, right? The quality has gotten worse because the makers are cutting corners on it. Go ahead, Kev.
I think that's a result of the market getting flooded with more belts out there. People are getting what they want. So especially like with CS belts, you know, the price resale value of those are down because, you know, they're even though they're slowly filling orders, there's more of those getting out. That's why it doesn't, you know, that supply and demand drives prices in anything you do in
And it's
any hobby.
oversupplied. It's
It is.
oversupplied, and the
Now
demand
I'll say that. Yeah.
and the
But I don't
demand
think
is
that
down.
makes a hobby dead. That's economics 101. And you
Sure.
know, with your government stuff that you flood the market with stuff, it's going to cause, you know, prices to go way down. But
Sure,
I
but
don't think that, for me, I don't think a hobby is dead when you still have belt pages and people posting, buying and sharing and doing things.
sure, but they're not.
Is the camaraderie of some of these pages that we used to have slower than what they used to be? Yeah, because people had to go back to work. I mean, people a lot were during
And
the pandemic had a whole lot more time. But
therein lies my point, though.
to me, a hobby is something that you do creatively for fun on your side time. It's not something that you should be doing every single day or every single minute. I think the hobby is alive. I think the hobby has aspects of it that's come and go. There's a lot of shows that there was 10, 15 shows. They've all gone. And my opinion is why these shows, not specifically towards you or Mike or whatever you're ending the show, but there was a lot of these shows out that just they can't find a topic to talk about, or they don't have fun talking about it, or they've lost topics, or they don't put in the work in it. They just show up to two people going, "Hey, Fred, did you see this? Or I saw this, Fred. He jumped off the top rope." And, you know,
Most shows suck. I've said that from the beginning. Most shows suck, and
and it disappeared because they had no viewers. But to me, if I had a show, I wouldn't care if there was one or nothing because I'm doing it as a hobby for friends, something on the side.
I think for
That's
me,
that's me.
when
That's
I
me. I would
decided,
do the show if I only had one viewer. So
when I decided to end the BAM, it was like, well, I'm doing these 3-minute videos, you know, for work, and I'm getting 500,000, a million views. Then I'm sitting here for 2 hours on a Tuesday night, and I'm getting 150, 200 views, and it's like, why am I doing this, right? And
But also, your hobby was turning into more of a work than it was a hobby. So
It
there was
was.
too much going on, so you had to pull back. And I think
It
a
was.
lot of people have done that. And there was a lot of people that got tired of the arguing, so that they've gone to their corners of their belt groups. And I think there's 5 really good groups, and that's where people are staying.
Sure, I like Championship Belt Brothers. I like, you know, Wide World of Belts, and you know,
Big Brothers belts was good.
Big Boys belts.
Yeah.
I love. But there's no, like, you know, like when you used to post like, hey, it's World Championship Wednesday, and there'd be like 100 comments, and everybody posted World Championship. Like, that doesn't happen as much anymore. I think a lot of people, at least that we know, like our group of people, like they have the belts they want. They're not looking for more belts, right? So there's that. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not aware of it. And maybe it could be the fact that, you know, I'm thinking of the way it was during the pandemic, and I freely admit that. But
it was very fun. I missed the chats. We would, there's 6 or 7, you know, people in there, 10, 15 people, and we're all chatting until we just about went to bed. But I think some of that ended because some people got annoyed at each other for some other reasons and not letting it drop. And then you had the factions split.
You know? Yeah, there was a lot of drama, but it was a lot of fun too. And I don't know. To me, you know what? And that's a good way to put it, Mark. Like you said it, to me, the hobby, that part of the hobby is dead.
yeah, but, it's something different for everybody. It's like that one thing in City Slickers, that one thing. You have to figure out what it is for you.
But we go into our BAM chat, you know, Mark's in there, Kevin's in there, and we have fun in there. And that's the hobby for me now, is that chat room. And like, I said the other day on the phone, I said,
no, the hobby, no, come on. The hobby's more than that for you because you collect belts and you do unboxing videos. And
but
there's more of it. I think you miss me being in chat with you at night. And
I do. I remember the one time, and I prayed my girlfriend.
Get a room.
I pray my girlfriend never sees this show, but I remember the one time Kevin's like, "Is that a girl in your room?" And I was like, "Go to bed. Night, night, guys." And so for me, like, that part of it is just, I miss that part of it. I guess it's not.
Let's do it.
We should do it. I've been saying that, but I don't. It's not like I think people think I'm rooting for the hobby to be dead. I don't want the hobby to be dead. And you know what, too? Part of it too, and I'm going to go after this. But I think, for me personally, and I think it is a personal decision if a hobby's dead for you. But for me personally, that, you know, that Christmas morning feeling you used to get when you get a belt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you get 170 belts, that Christmas morning feeling goes away. And now I'm getting it back because I'm getting the higher end belts, you know. And so it's like,
Well, I tell you,
Yeah.
when you get this C4 belt, I swear to you, it is going to make you. I had the shakes, Carmine.
Colin
And
told
I
me
haven't had
October. I'm so
I
excited.
haven't had the excitement shakes since I was in college playing baseball, and I had them, and I was shaking. I
Well,
was
just
so
the
excited.
presentation with the case and the velvet bag and the whole thing.
Never knew that any of that was coming, and I opened up that box. And I was like, "Holy crap! This has got a case in it." And Carmine, when you find out what's been going on behind the scenes, it's going to blow your mind.
I talk to Colin all the time. What a great guy.
There
But
you go.
looking at your belt is worth every penny. I'm going to let you guys go and do your show. I think we should do the OG group again. Let's do it. I said that last night. I said, let's do one night, you know, when Mark's not, you know, Dick Bigger in his porn career, when he's off and he can come into the group. We can do that. Ben, how's it going, brother?
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, so that's it. So anyway, oh, and one more thing. I know Mike talked about some shows last night, and I don't know what shows he was talking about, to be honest with you, because there's not many left. But this show here we were not talking about this. This is my favorite show still. As you know, I still tune in and watch. So I don't talk much, but I still tune in and watch. And I think you guys are doing a
Appreciate
great
that.
It's a fun show, and that's what I like about it. It's
Yeah.
really kind of a drama-free, fun show. So
We try.
anyway,
Where'd you get that main event flag?
dude,
Saturday night.
eBay, dude, for like
I've been checking for months and can't find one on eBay.
really.
Yeah, he
Oh,
stopped.
right.
I remember seeing it a while ago, and then I've not seen it.
Yeah, I was all the time. I wanted to get the Wrestling Challenge one too, but I got this like a year or so ago, maybe
I got
more.
the NWA ones, but I need that Saturday night one.
I'll see if I can find it. You know, I'll see if I can remember who got it for me, or who made it. And
See it on there. Let me know so I can jump on and get it.
I will, brother. Anyway, you guys
All
have a great show. God bless you.
Yeah,
bud.
thanks for clearing that up. As far as I'm concerned, it's a dead issue. So,
Well,
no
like the
play on
hobby,
words
it's a
there.
dead issue.
No. I'm talking about the.
Well, he now. Well, I understand what he's saying there. So that's,
Yeah, I'm putting the rest tonight. So,
Thank you, guys. God bless you.
peace out.
have a good night. Okay, so let's talk about some wrestling stuff. We talked about belts all the first hour. Let's talk about some wrestling stuff. I have a list here I was going to talk about. Let's see. Oh, Lacey Evans has been released by WWE.
Oh,
Everybody's heard about that?
Lacey.
Yeah. I heard rumors she might start an OnlyFans.
Already
I'm
been
hearing
done.
Well,
Already done.
okay. I'm out of the loop on that one, but I'm hearing people already speculating she's going to go to AEW. But from what I understand, her contract was actually up. She just didn't renew it. That's why she has no compete clause. I think
Nothing
Richard Bennett-
real risque, though, to tell you.
Okay.
But they're decent pictures.
Okay.
I mean, her character was kind of. They couldn't establish her.
Yeah.
Character. They kept changing her character. She went from this Southern Belle to this tough chick face, and now she wanted to be this female Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, they had her all over the place. She just got lost in the shuffle. There's other women that could have elevated, that got elevated above her, and she's not a bad talent, but it just seemed like her character was kind of dry.
To me, it's like she went through 4 different characters
Right.
within the span of 2 years. But
Right.
that's my opinion. That's what it seemed like to me.
They did
First,
the
she
same
was the
thing.
Southern Belle. She was
Right.
the bad heel. Then she went to, a face, and then she went to the Sergeant Slaughter character.
Right.
They did the same thing to her that they did to the Fiend. They had a really good thing going with the sassy Southern Belle, and they just let it drop. They let her retool their character, and then they couldn't regroup from that.
They fixed something that wasn't broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Bingo. Told you.
Ah, okay. I did not know that. I don't subscribe to OnlyFans. I subscribe to Only Marks.
They just pop up on my phone, so that's what
yeah.
I tell my wife.
But if you're willing to share pictures, I'd be happy to look at them.
Don't send that mess to me.
Nothing racy. No, nothing racy at all. I
Yeah.
can tell you that. Nothing risque or anything like that. Respectful pictures.
Yeah.
As far as I've
Of
seen.
course, of course. Yeah, I don't know about Johnny. He said the gimmick they were supposed to go with Sergeant Slaughter would have worked. It could have. It may not have. I don't know. But they didn't really give it a chance.
I agree with you, Mark, on the Southern Belle character. She even did it outside of the ring.
Yes, she was really good at it. She played that up to the
It
hill.
was really good. She was also filming a home
Wait till you see this-
building or decorating show or something like that too on the side.
Yeah, Platinum, you think you're saying that now? Wait till you see these pictures I'm going to post here in a few minutes. And they're not good. They're not good.
Don't post those pics again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just for reference is all it is. So,
Okay.
and that's the next topic we'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, they should have stuck with a sassy Southern Belle. See, I got me all flustered.
Too many S's.
Yes, and she could have been a babyface with that character. I think she could have.
I think the Southern Belle character altogether was awesome for her because she fit it perfectly.
Yeah, and this might have played a part. She did get pregnant, had to leave, and then they tried the goofy disaster of a gimmick or an angle where Ric Flair fathered her child, which I thought was the most ignorant thing.
I agree, Tyler. Definitely agree. Strongly agree.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, you nasty.
You big Nick Nasty.
But it'll be interesting to see where she turns up, if she turns up at all in wrestling. She could end up in the NWA. She could end up AEW. I hope she don't go to AEW because they'll ruin her. It's just like they did with all their bookings. It's just there's no direction. There's no leadership over there.
Yeah.
Too many wrestlers.
There's a fan running the company.
Yeah, exactly. Holy cow.
And I don't hate AEW. I watch it, but it's evident that their product needs some. It needs some fine tuning. It needs some help.
Good point, Tyler. Good point. Because Mandy's making more through OnlyFans than she did with WWE.
Mandy.
So.
Right, shit. I might have to go. Be right back. I'm gonna go start mine.
Okay. All right. Tea in a moment. But yeah, her getting pregnant might have had something to do with her momentum getting killed, but she could have come back as a sassy Southern Belle.
No, I think if she came back, she would have been good.
Yeah.
She would have been solid. I don't think it was the pregnancy. I think it was just lazy storylines and them don't know which direction to go with her.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that too, Tyler. Yeah. In fact, let's just go to that right now. Let's talk about the stupid Texas death match that they have with Jeff Jarrett, who he won this this belt.
By the way, Leatherface was Sanjay.
Yeah.
Was he?
That belt looked like 2 millimeter ass.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
It was just a train wreck. The whole match was a train wreck. I didn't watch the beginning. I missed the beginning of it. But I watched about the middle to the end, and they dumped this fake syrup blood all over Jeff Jarrett.
I'm gonna hashtag that in the chat.
Yeah. But it was just and I think what they were doing was promoting a movie. Was that what they were doing?
No, the video game is coming out next month.
Video game. Okay. But that's not the way to do it. Do a partnership where they sponsor your show. Make money off the revenue off the sponsorship, and then plug them. But don't make a whole match based on a video game. That's just dumb.
You could just run a 30-second spot and probably.
I mean, they could have used. They could at least use real blood in the pail, man. At least.
Yeah. They
no, because then Moxley would have got jealous and came out and cut himself.
Moxley would have came out and goes, "That's corn syrup."
Right.
Yeah. Moxley said, "Blood? Really? I'm in. Call me in."
Right. Put me in, coach.
Yeah, put me in, coach. Rejection.
I was scrolling through the TV and I stopped on that, and when I saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I don't watch stuff like that anyway, but I immediately flipped off. But what I saw was an absolute joke.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then I didn't even see the pin. If whatever happened, the match ended. I just saw them all of a sudden draping this god awful belt over on Jeff Jarrett, and he's got covered in this syrupy blood looking stuff. And I thought, really?
See what I got to show. for Nor has almost something to do with this type of deal, but not wrestling.
Okay. I'll say one
just
more
think-
thing. I'll let you do that. And they think they could compete with WWE with crap like that.
No.
I mean, WWE does some outlandish stuff, but AEW does it all the time.
To be
Oh.
honest, I would have rather seen a bra and panties match than to see that match.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
There's
But
stuff
not
from
with
last-
not with the today version of Sunny.
No, no.
We'll talk
No,
about
no.
that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. Go ahead. Show what were we going to show Nor?
I'm gonna actually show Nor something. It's not really wrestling related, but the season's coming up soon, so I got my first thing. Me and my son, like I said, we collect everything, and Halloween is one of our favorite holidays next to Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
So me, genius idea. I'm on Amazon, and what pops up on Amazon? This guy right here,
Michael Myers.
the giant version of Michael Myers.
That's a big Funko Pop.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got Chucky on the way, so we have to start Halloween early in my house.
Oh yeah.
Megan's not looking forward to it though.
The
you know,
thing I
we-
go ahead, Kevin.
No, go ahead and finish on that because I
Well, I
thought
was gonna say,
looking,
what I
looking
never
at all of
understood-
our rooms. I'm getting messages like you guys need to do a video of each one of y'all's room and post it. I'm like, that kind of would be neat.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, I got to clean mine up though. I got to organize mine.
I was going to do one for Ben's group, Championship Bill Brothers, the Monday thing. I need to do that this weekend. Try to remember to do
I was
it.
thinking about that myself too.
Yeah. But I was going to say about that
Sign
Michael
up.
Myers. The one thing I never understood was he never walked any faster than an elderly person in a nursing home, but he always caught his victims.
Right. Like, what
Well,
kind
Slow
the
speed
next
chase.
one they release is Michael Myers comes to the retirement home.
Yeah. No.
Chases after him with the walker.
Yeah. Yeah. Kevin, was that what you were talking about? Was doing the different rooms, showing our collections?
Yeah, it was just somebody. I got 2 messages. I'm not going to say who they are, but 1, 2, 3 messages. Y'all's rooms are incredible. Y'all should make videos of each of your rooms.
Phil, if you'll just go to look up Championship Belt Brothers,
I'll get
aka
right now.
CBB, aka
get
the other group.
Right.
It's
The other group. Yeah.
It's Championship Belt Brothers. Just do a search.
I can
on-
always send him an invite, or Ben can send him.
Okay,
one.
yeah, do that. Let's see, here we go. Oh, Nor's responding to you. By the way, my young son, always at night, started to ask me to play a thriller movie at Flicks. I can't play Halloween a lot due to nudity. Oh, that's right. There was some nudity. The girl
Yeah.
got stabbed.
I was just doing it for the figure thing altogether, just a figure, kid-related figures.
Phil, you have to go to the comments and copy that and paste it.
But I'm getting Chucky next week, I believe.
No, you should be able to click on it.
Same
Oh,
size.
okay. Yeah, they did do Jason in space, didn't they?
Oh my God, what a terrible movie.
Well, just the title tells me it was a terrible movie.
Oh,
That's like Freddy versus Jason. I thought that was
to
kinda
me as a horror fan, that one doesn't exist.
somebody mentioned a while ago.
That's like the Tito of Jackson 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, you could take a franchise way too far. Look at Rocky. I mean, how many movies? Do you remember that movie Airport? That one airport movie where they had the Rocky poster. And Rocky's an old man.
Mhm.
Rocky XXXXIV. Yeah, it's hilarious. Somebody made reference to Sunny. Sunny has made news recently
God.
because she was in a drunk drive or a DUI accident, which claimed the life of another person in the vehicle. Didn't
That
she
was it
slam in the
one
back-
or 2 people?
I thought it was one person, but didn't she? Didn't she run to the back of somebody? Is that what happened? She ran to the back of somebody.
I think it was a head-on.
Was it okay? I just know she collided with another car, but she pleaded no contest to being charged with DUI causing death. I tried to find the story right before the show, and I couldn't find the story to get the details of that accident. But she also pleaded no contest to one felony charge of driving with a suspended, revoked license causing death, which I think is probably the least of her problems. And additionally, she pleaded no contest to 4 counts of DUI with damage to person and 2 counts of DUI with damage to property. The maximum sentence for this is, I believe, 25 years in prison. I thought I read 10 somewhere, but this
No,
story
it's
is
20. Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, she can
Okay.
go to,
okay.
depending on her
she-
past. Which I think she has a past couple of DWIs.
Yeah, she's a repeat offender.
Let's
Yeah,
just
she-
say
she's
she's not going to
gonna-
have any more sunny days.
No,
No.
but
she's gonna get 10 easily.
yeah, but it says here she must serve a 4-year minimum sentence, and her sentencing hearing is scheduled for November 27th.
But the other charges are related to, you have to give them to, because you got to work through the DMV and her driver's license, and being able to suspend she'll lose your driver's license before. But these other charges preceding that allow you to have the higher charges, and it shows the judge the other charges that she had before then. So it's
Wasn't she also living in the halfway
stair-step-
house
stair-step
because
charge.
before she had the first set of charges against her?
I don't know. She's been out of jail so many times, it's not funny. Probably been in and out of jail as many times she's been in and out of that locker room.
Yeah.
Yep. Robert Neeson wants to know what your favorite horror movie is.
She might be the next Dark
My
Side of the Ring
my
episode.
favorite horror movie.
Yeah, I guarantee they're going to do one on her. She has time now. She will have time.
I'm a big Freddy fan, so I would have to say Freddy, Halloween, the originals, not the remakes,
Yeah.
Evil Dead, and so on. And I just found out maybe about a year ago that my son was actually a horror fan too, but some stuff he never shared with me before, but it's come out within the year, so we enjoy watching horror movies together, and we have something in common, at least father and
Nice.
son
Your son,
bonding time. Horror
Your
movies.
son's, what is it? Your son has
He's autistic.
yeah, because people might not understand why he didn't share something before, and that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Blair Witch. I've got that on VHS. I watched it one time and it creeped me out. I won't watch it again. But back to Sunny for a minute. I've got a couple of pictures here for comparison. This is what I was referring to earlier.
I'll look at this one, but not the next one.
Okay, yeah. If you have kids in the room, you don't want to change it. Change the channel. But this is Sunny in her prime. Very, very beautiful young lady there. Very popular with the guys. That's putting it mildly. And fast forward, what, 20, 30 years? Ooh, damn, yeah.
Sounds like Morse code.
Exactly.
Help!
Oh,
Here's
wow.
here's a side-by-side comparison. People don't do drugs.
Every time she's arrested, they must take her to McDonald's.
Man.
Well,
Talk
yeah,
about before and after.
What is her blood
Yeah.
type? Rocky Road?
it's a mix of the male wrestlers, but
Fruity Pebbles.
Man. She
Hey
went from
Gianni,
sunny
what do
to
you think of
cloudy.
her now?
She went from sunny to cloudy. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
A big cloud.
Hey, don't knock it unless you tried it.
When there a cloudy?
I'm gonna knock it. I'm gonna try it.
Did she get replaced in Body Donnas by Cloudy? Remember
I
that
don't
gimmick?
know. But one,
You guys
there's
remember that?
this same picture is title on the left. It said Sunny. On the other side, it said what did it say?
Gianni, you know you like that.
You like
the-
Typhoon.
You like the orange outfit, Gianni.
That what happened is somebody marrying Al, they would carry around the first picture with them.
Oh, Tyler.
Don't put that on
Yes.
there.
To
Don't put
answer
that
Facebook
up.
user's
Too
question,
late.
yes. Now I can't take credit for this. I'll have to credit Frank Paul for this, but I'll have to clean the language up. But he said he would have at one time, when she looked like she did on the left, he would have had sex with someone with AIDS just to have sex with her. And then he also said he would eat the maggots out of the rectum of a dead mummy just to have sex with her.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the holy.
Lord,
Yeah. Yeah.
please forgive me, Lord.
Well, let me say this: that if he did, he'd have AIDS. He wouldn't be around long enough to see what she looked like now.
There you go. Yeah. There you
Man,
go.
I'm gonna do one of these.
Oh, Jesus,
That's all I'm
terrible.
gonna do right then
It's
and
like
there.
goodness, man.
But anyway,
Time.
that's the sunny news. There is no sunny side to this
I mean, look
story,
at Shawn
unfortunately.
Michaels. He's bald headed and cockeyed now.
Everybody from that era looks
Which way
bad.
did he go? Which way did he go? That's
Drugs.
all I hear when I
Well,
see him.
Drugs,
in the
drugs,
wrestling industry, they
alcohol.
don't age well. They just don't age gracefully,
Oh,
and
man.
that's if they age. If they live long enough to age.
How does
They
the
look-
old
they-
saying go? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
They
Oh gosh, yes,
they lived a hard life, man, on that road, and
they did. They
you
did.
know
It was
these
harder on the
guys
road than
now.
it
These guys
was in the ring.
go to their hotel rooms and turn their PlayStation on. So
Yeah.
But I
it's-
gotta
it's
say, the
changed.
dark side of the ring was a bad one. Oof.
Yeah, it was.
That was
a lot
a
of them are
bad
bad.
one.
A lot of them were bad.
Yeah, it goes to
Which one
show
did I
you that-
watch last? I can't remember which one
I still
watched
haven't
last.
watched the Marty Jannetty one. You watched the Bam Bam Bigelow one, right?
Yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow. That was
Yeah.
that was really sad.
I gotta watch the Marty Jannetty one tomorrow.
I mean, it's true. I mean, these guys today get 2 and 3 days off a week, or they can take off anytime they want. You had Ric Flair doing 3 matches a day, or having a match every night and them lasting an hour. I mean, these guys paved the way for these guys in more ways than one. Did they sacrifice?
That poor guy was so tired he was doing the helicopter on the plane.
Well, he said he wrestled 360 days a year. He's off for a whole week for the whole year, and he wrestled those 60-minute matches for most of those days. I mean, not every one of them was a 60-minute match, but I mean, he put
He's done
his,
2 of
his
them. I
heart and
know
soul
that
into it.
he's done the Richmond Coliseum and then come right down and done the Hampton Coliseum in the same day.
Crazy.
Jameson. Oh,
Hey,
Jameson.
Jameson.
He fought Wahoo, and then he came right down and did Dusty.
That's crazy.
It is. I mean, it's not that way anymore. But they take more risks in the ring. Back when we watched, we were fans of the '80s. They took more risks out of the ring, with the substance abuse and all that stuff.
You guys remember the real Iron Man matches back then?
Yeah.
Like the
Do you
real
remember when
hardcore
the
Iron
ring-
Man matches.
Do you remember when the matches were actually storytelling? The match
Yep.
was actually storytelling.
Mhm.
Yep.
Not today.
You had the bad guys come out of one aisle and the good guys from another aisle. They came from separate dressing rooms. They came from the same entrance.
I have been wanting to ask this for so long. Every time we get on the question, you remember when the guys used to punch? They would hold the guy's top of the head, and when they would punch, the old school guys, they'd punch the
Yep.
top, or they'd pop right away. What
Mhm.
is this garbage now with taking your forearm?
Mhm.
And they don't do the punch to the head anymore. They do it with this weird slap to the side of the
Yeah.
neck or head. What is that crap? Because it
Yeah.
looks
Roman
terrible.
is a big thing with that. If you watch him,
And let me tell you something. Some of them connect. And as somebody with a brain injury, you keep knocking your head that over and over. Those little things will add up.
well, look
But
at
it
Ronda
looks-
and what's her name, Sharon Blazer.
Yeah, and
Those
then
were
when the women
real
do it,
punches.
Yeah.
the women don't even connect. They're hitting the shoulder, and the woman's going, "Oh, it just looks so bad."
I'm tired of the super kicks with the slapping of the thigh.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to bring that up. AEW, you hear it and you see it more often than WWE.
The Young
Oh,
Bucks, the
And
overrated.
it's like
tag
every
team
other
of
person
all
is
time.
throwing a Canadian destroyer in AEW. Like,
and then a little
Come on,
punch
man.
pins them. It's
Then
like
you
you're
see them when
you're
they're kicking
building-
right in their chest, and
yeah,
it's
you're
not even
building-
right by the chin.
Yeah.
not building any crescendo. You're doing these all constantly. It's off the top there and off the top there, double flip here. It's
Did
just,
you guys remember
Yes.
the match between Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar when Braun hit Brock for real?
I didn't
Yeah,
that.
Brock hit him back.
Brock got pissed. Yeah.
He got pissed in the middle of the ring while they were doing the match and woke him up. He was like, "Dude, you really hit me."
what's I don't watch wrestling today for a little bit, even though, or the big events or whatever. But I can't. And I asked my wife to come here just to see if it was my issues or whatever. But I sat down to watch double, and I've done it a couple of times, but I can only remember it now. But what is with their cameraman when that every time somebody goes to punch, it switches to another angle, or he goes to body slam and it's constantly switching and moving, that it's nauseating to watch.
I
Does
can't hate
anybody-
on the AEW cameraman because a lot of times he goes in for good pictures. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I'm
Kind of
talking-
zooms in at the right moment. But yeah, they do that a lot,
talking-
Kevin. I noticed that.
yeah, WWF, where every second they're switching. Every punch it switches to a different. I guess they're worried about not seeing something connect, but it's unwatchable to me. And I don't know if anybody else out there has a problem with it, that it's constantly switching, and it's not even a switch here and a switch there. It's every second. I mean, punch here, punch here.
Another thing I noticed too, if you guys notice it too, when they punch or they hit with a chair, you can see the camera guy go like this.
Yeah, to make the
He makes it look like they're really hitting him hard.
I'll tell you one thing that irritates me more than anything. I mean, I don't like today's product anyway. It's all just high spots and gymnastics. But one thing I hate most of all, and I see it more in AEW, I see some of it in WWE, but I see more of it in AEW, is where you have somebody who gets knocked down and they stand up and they're just sitting there waiting for the next move. Like they're
because
bracing themselves.
it's so scripted.
Exactly.
Come on, Joe.
Now, speaking of
referring
AEW,
you're referring to Vikingo, that match when the guy sat there and just looked at him and waited for him to hit his move. It was like 2 minutes later.
Yeah. But I'll tell you something else. Speaking of AEW, I just remember something else I want to talk about, and I just saw this just a few minutes ago. Aubrey Edwards is that female referee in AEW, and she's always getting right in the middle of the action, trying to make herself, part of the match when the referee is supposed to be just like in the background. But this happened the other day. I don't know exactly when. Yeah, but she went to a record signing for a band called August Burns Red. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that band. But she went to this record signing, and I'll just read the quote. Jake Luhrs, Luhrs, he's the lead singer of this band, and he spoke about, I guess it was during the interview, about how Aubrey Edwards was shocked that he didn't know who she was at a record signing. And this is his quote. He said, this is a long quote. He said, "Yeah, it was crazy, man. We were doing a signing, and this crazy lady comes up and gets me to sign an album for her. Then she says, 'You don't recognize me, do you?' And I replied to her, 'Not really. No, should I?' In which she replied, 'I'm Audrey Edwards.'" He said Audrey Edwards. I think she said her name was, and I said to her, "Who? Sorry, I don't know that name." In which she goes, "I'm a wrestling referee, maybe one of the most famous in the business. You really haven't seen me before?" And I said to her, "Sorry, I haven't watched WWE in a few years, if I'm being honest. I'm a wrestling fan, but I've just been busy." And she laughed and said, "WWE, I'm not in that garbage. I'm in AEW." Different garbage.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
You really
I would have paid for another one of Colin's belt to be right there in the middle of it, just going.
Yeah. But she laughed and said, "WWE, I'm not in that garbage. I'm in AEW. You really need to check it out and see for yourself what we're doing over there. It'll get you back into wrestling. I promise you that." And I laughed and said, "Have a nice day, lady."
Really?
And as she was walking off, she turns her back around and says, "What are you laughing at?" Before the event, security eventually moved her along because there were a ton of people behind her, and she'd already taken up like 5 minutes of time, as it was pretty intense. So
Wow.
Aubrey Edwards trying to inject herself into another situation.
Who is this guy? Because I'm buying whatever he sells, whatever he does, wherever he's at. I'm buying a concert, not even going. Who is this?
Buying
of the
a concert, thinking not going.
He is the greatest in all.
Yeah. The name of the band is August Burns Red.
What's up, Scott?
Never
Thanks for
heard
joining
of it.
us.
Everybody
I
should
don't
buy
like
their CD. Don't even matter
I like
what
to see her
what they
leave
think. Buy it.
WWE or AEW for WWE.
Yeah.
They put
She's
her
not a
in
David
NXT.
Manning. She's not David Manning. She's not who's the guy in the
Nick Miller is
NWA?
one of the most professional wrestlers of all. I mean, a
Do you
professional.
think they put her? They'll
referee.
put her
He's
in
great.
one of those
Scott?
Divas
Okay.
matches.
Oh, I don't know. I hope not.
That's unbelievable. You're a
Thanks, Scott.
referee, and that's why she puts herself. She tries to get right in the middle of the two guys fighting, and this stuff
She's over animates herself.
Yeah.
It's just
I
awful.
mean, they did sell a wrestling ring accessory with her figure, so I guess figure she's big time.
I mean, when she cleans up and dresses up, puts makeup on, she's not really that bad looking. But I can't sit there and watch her in the ring. It's just sickening.
Well, like Ben said, she was the first referee that AEW hired.
Yeah.
She's
Again,
their-
another bad.
She's
another
their
bad Tony Khan
senior
decision.
referee.
Another bad Tony Khan
You know?
decision.
I mean, growing up, you didn't really know who the referees were. We learned who they were over decades of always being in the ring with superstars. That's how you
Yes.
get your fame, not trying to be
Yes.
part of the mix.
But
And
I
I saw-
gotta say, she's starting to pull back a little bit. She was pulling back a lot. I guess they must have talked to her because she was always in the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Compared to the way it was before, she's starting to weed off. But I guess she's starting back up again.
She can go to the back room for all I care. It-
Colin
it's
was sending his greetings in my inbox.
Yeah, I mean AEW, like I said, it's a good show to watch. I'm a big wrestling fan, so no matter what wrestling is out there, I'll watch it. Just
Oh, baseball
keep
slide,
up with
yeah.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
just
seen
to keep up with it.
he's talking about that baseball slide. I've seen Tommy Young and oh shoot, David Manning do the same thing. It's
one of the best slides in history should be Dave Miller's when he's coming in to count Ric Flair's. That slide,
Super Dave.
when
Yep.
he's not, he's a, I guess 5'5". He's a little on the shorter end, but to
Yeah,
do that jump up, not catch anything, right underneath the rope and slide all the way across.
that was
Putting
smooth as
yourself-
butter right there. That was
Oh,
smooth as
was that
butter.
silk.
A lot
That-
better than
that
Vince
was awesome.
McMahon. Vince McMahon sliding in the ring and tearing both of his quads.
Yeah. That was. I mean, it wasn't funny because he got hurt, but it was funny. Yeah.
It was
He
funny.
tried
It
to
was
get
funny.
up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh at you. You got billions. I'm gonna laugh.
Good night, Platinum. Have a good one,
Good
man.
night. Thanks for joining us again.
All right.
Hey, good night, big dog. So my head is
Thanks for joining us, Platinum.
Speaking of butter slides, I'd like to have Tony Storm on one.
Ooh, what about how Marilyn Monroe looked lately? Oof.
I don't like it. I like her old look better.
I
With
just
the-
want to
with the
know, does
black-
her hips
I- I
lie?
black- they can. I know where they can lie.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I know where they can lie.
clip this
Uh,
and show it to your wife, Mark.
Man, her,
Yeah,
Anna
yeah.
Jay, Sky Blue.
She's gonna,
Yeah.
beat you with one of them belts.
Hey,
behind
Ben,
you.
you know what's good about Sky Blue, right? She's bite-sized, just the way I like them.
I just like her gimmick where she had the eye black under her eyes, like she's a football player or something like that. That was a better look, in my opinion.
Yeah, Mark wants to play two-hand touch.
No flag football for me. She's from Australia, right?
Good night, mate.
Isn't
Then
she from
become
Australia?
become friends
Yeah.
with Colin, and you.
I think
you
she is. I'm not sure.
I go down under.
She's married to what's his name?
Kevin.
It's right. Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson. I was
Oh,
gonna say
yeah.
Bullet Club. Juice Robinson.
Go ahead, Mark. Come on. If she's from Australia, I know you got more than that.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
There's a ton of them.
I put a shrimp on her Barbie.
Mark wants to give her a kiss down under. That's what I had to say. All jokes aside, sorry.
Oh, that's something else. Rhea, not Rita. Rhea Ripley and Buddy Murphy got engaged, much to
Speaking
the
of
dismay
Australia,
of Dominic.
I bet you Dominic's pissed.
He's gonna be the ring bearer
Oh my God.
for his mammy.
He's terrible in the ring too.
Yeah, he should never been put in the main roster. He should have stayed in
She
NXT.
overshadows him in the match or being outside of the match. Her interactions, she makes him look just terrible. You can
Yeah.
see how bad he is just because how professionally good she is.
Yeah.
But he's terrible. Even being scared by the fireworks.
Hey.
Man, come on. What are you doing?
Hey,
man?
I gotta say, Rhea is even hot too.
Well, yeah, but without all the goth makeup, yes,
Yeah, she's hot.
she's got some natural beauty. But
I mean, considering all the tattoos and stuff, her beauty alone, when she's not done up like Mark says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen
My
pictures of
wife-
her before she did all that, and she was quite beautiful. But Dominic should have been run through NXT. He shouldn't. He has an NXT belt. He has that North American belt. Why is he on the main roster with the North American belt? That belongs to the NXT people. That I don't like that. That's a
I'm ge-
development thing.
I'm guessing exposure for the belt.
Well, I get that, but you got those guys that are working their tails off trying to make it, and they're seeing the title they're competing for going to the main roster. They don't even get a chance to compete for it.
I think it's something to do with if you look at the rest of that faction, Finn is the only one that doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're trying to use.
Everybody has the
for.
title.
Everybody has a title or a suitcase or a briefcase, and Finn doesn't have anything. could this be moving towards him being removed from the group? And then they have that one other kid that was, kind of with them the other night.
And then
Yeah.
give them the tag titles.
Right.
Him and
or
Finn.
something. Right. I think that's what it is showing the indications of. But we'll see how it plays out.
But do you think they're going to bring the North American title over to the main roster permanently? It kind of seems like it to me that they're trying to do that.
Possibly. I mean, who knows how they're gonna play this out. We keep getting swerves in the bloodline, so that
I definitely like
anything's
the new
possible.
kid though. I mean, I know he's not new, but I definitely like he's almost like Finn. They're like brothers almost.
Mhm.
Didn't he have
Yeah.
blonde hair at one time, or was it just me? When he first came out.
I don't remember.
Hold on.
Kibby needs to take that act on the road. Yeah, I actually liked that belt when it first came out, but it's kind of worn off its luster. So
When are they going to make Cody Rhodes champ, man? Come on. Let's get going. Give him the belt.
I don't know. The story's going to end at some point, but
Just
Whoa.
reach next WrestleMania.
Which one now has the lineage of the Winged Eagle? Would it be the WWF logoed belt, or would it be the new belt? Which one would
Well,
be?
we're
Maybe-
all guessing that he's gonna take Seth's belt.
Is that the one that has the lineage of the Winged Eagle that leads to it? Is that their world title, or is it the?
Yeah, I believe that's the one that they're gonna push for the lineage. Because
is
it's
that
got that
the-
classic look, other than the network logo
No, but
style.
I mean, they've got two belts. They've got the logoed belt, which is they call that one the hello.
we hear
I know
you.
what you're talking
You
about.
guys
You're
are
talking
reading
about-
comments
yeah.
too much.
I know what you're talking about, Kev. I have it on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it.
The logo belt. I don't know what's the championship of that called. What's that called? The world championship, the heavyweight title, and then what's the
You're
golden
talking about
called?
Roman's
World
belt.
title?
Roman's
You're
is
talking
the
about Roman's
universal.
belt.
The
The
Roman's
universal, yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't have lineage going all the way back to the Winged Eagle. The gold one with the world title.
Yeah,
right?
the gold one. Yeah, the world
Okay.
title is the one.
That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to know.
Because that one's already in the record books
Thank you,
already.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Somebody paying attention.
Undisputed.
Somebody.
There it is. Undisputed. I had it on the
Or I'm
tip
trying
of
to
my
run
tongue.
things here, guys. So undisputed universal, yeah. Now, there's something else that came up. Supposedly Roman Reigns is going to drop the title at WrestleMania 40, but I heard that same rumor about the last WrestleMania. He was going to drop the title because he had a movie deal.
He does have movie contracts coming up, so he's got to lose sometime.
Yeah, at some point. But we heard this at the last WrestleMania, and we know what happened there. So I don't know. It'll happen when it happens.
When it does.
I'm kind of ready for another champion. It's just ridiculous. And then Jey Uso. That's the last thing I thought of. At the end of was it Raw? No, SmackDown. At the end of SmackDown.
Yep.
He said he was done with SmackDown. He's done with WWE, and said his goodbyes and walked up the aisle. Kayfabe or
Ooses.
Who?
Jey Uso.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, he
That's-
walked out of the
that's-
ring
He
live on
didn't. He
camera.
didn't announce it on the microphone. He was talking to the camera. You can
Yep.
hear him on the camera.
It was
Wow.
straight into the camera. Yeah, he was like, "Bye WWE," and he goes, "Deuces, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out of the bloodline. I'm out of WWE. Deuces, deuces."
Then he hopped
That's
over
a
the
big
guardrail
story.
and
I'm
walked up
surprised
the
I haven't
aisle.
heard of that.
Live
So-
mic.
I've read something somewhere. Somebody gave their opinion on this, and it actually makes sense. He's going to leave for a little bit and let his brother kind of work his way up and make a name for himself. Then he'll come back and maybe they'll challenge each other. I
See
don't know.
that?
That's
Well,
still
they
strange.
said something about having a match at WrestleMania. So
Because
that could be a
Jay
build-up.
got the push this time, but his brother didn't get a push, so he's going to leave, allow him to get a push before he comes
Well,
back.
maybe
That's
maybe
true.
he could be injured too, and we don't know about it
Yeah.
too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only time will tell.
I agree. I'm tired of the bloodline. I just am. It's worn off its welcome.
It was a good story, but you gotta mix a little bit. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
You could have kept it together, I think, longer if you'd have had them drop the title and they stay together to try to go get it back. I think you could, but
Yeah.
you gotta. I thought it was interesting for a little
That
bit.
could have worked too.
I agree.
Now
Rich-
I will say, I didn't like. Sorry, with my head again. Roman. I didn't like Roman early on, but he became really really good with the way he is with talking and to me still. I thought the better thing to drop would have been to Cody with the way those two were talking. That was some great stuff. I really like that.
I wish they would shorten Roman's entrance. It's like become the Undertaker's entrance. It takes way too long.
All of them are getting too long.
He just stops and stares at the crowd for about 5 minutes, walks a little farther, stops, stares at the crowd. It's ridiculous.
I thought the
Seth
Cody
too. Seth
and
entrance.
the Cody and Brock thing at the end of the match was class act.
Yeah,
That was great. I
It
saw
was.
that later on.
That was a
great.
class act. I give Brock props for that.
he's never done that
He-
before.
You got to look at his longevity in the matches and the titles and whatever. Hall of Fame, yeah. I mean, he is he's he was rough around the edges and he became really really good.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Real quick, I want to change gears. I want to go back to this for a second. I've got this belt that's not finished. It still lacks a backing. Needs a backing and snaps. I'll have it done hopefully by the end of the weekend, and it will be up for sale. I'm going to be selling this for $300 shipped. The World Class Tag Team Championship belt. The plates are done by Unique Spirit, Unique Championship belts, and the leather's done by me. It's got the WCWA stamp right there, the strap, and of course it's got my maker's mark right there on the end of the tip. So I just need to put a
Added
backing on it,
some
snaps.
lingo.
So
Very nice. Very nice.
That's nice, man.
That's a nice.
That's a nice belt.
Denise
like
asked
it.
this. Oh, Denise asked this earlier. He said, "Want to know what belt you're talking about?" He apparently came in late.
What was that? Was that to me?
Yeah.
I can't read it. They go up so quick and
Oh, it's Robert Neese. Want to know what belt got you all shakes? He wants to see that Crumb Ryan.
Oh, it was the C4 by C4 belts. They're big gold right here.
I don't know which one the Grabs got.
That is a beauty.
That's it. Made by C4. I've never had the excitement shakes. And getting a lot of belts. Once that I saw that case, man, it was on. Beautiful. Hit up Colin C4 belts.
He was just excited because he was the wife going challenging for the title that night.
I'm sorry, but
Never win.
when they say they use the word belt porn, that
Yeah.
belt is the headline picture.
There you go.
Very nice,
Only belt.
very well
Only
made.
belts. Only
There you
belts.
go.
Yeah, Rich was only without a belt on his shoulder. Now you still got a belt coming, right?
I actually I'm gonna have 3 coming.
Okay.
All right, what you got coming?
I'm getting a big green, and I'm getting the winged eagle on lavender, and I am gonna get a yellow IC WWF.
That's an HD one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Got anything coming, Big Ben?
No, I just got a smoking skull a few days ago. And then got belts for sale, of course.
Of course.
I
What
do
you
like
got-
that
what you
Lola
got to
belt.
do?
you
What
have.
you got to
Otherwise,
sell?
nothing personal yet or anything.
Actually, I'll
What's
read
for,
this.
what's for sale?
I don't want to pull them out.
We'll let you think. And Mark,
I'll
what
post
you
them. I'll
got
post
coming?
them up for sale in the groups
Okay.
because it's
Mark?
like 5. And we're at the 10-minute mark. So I don't want to eat up that last 10 minutes.
Alright,
Showing
hang
what
on.
I got for sale. Hit
Actually,
me up if you
5
got any
minutes.
questions. Anyone?
There you go. Belts for sale. Hit up Ben.
There you go.
Ben's always got good belts for sale.
Pretty decent.
Mark, what you got coming in? Any new belts? You got your CS that you're waiting on.
That's all I got waiting on me right now.
How many
in
months
fact,
you been waiting for it?
it'll be 2 years, 2 months from tonight.
It's a toddler.
So I'm gonna hit them up right after the show. Say, hey, where's my belt? I was
started
promised.
talking.
I was assured I would have it before 2 years hit. So I want to give him a 2-month warning. And hey, where's my belt? And I'm just ordering plates. I'm not even ordering a whole belt.
What?
Yeah, just plates.
Yep.
It's just
Only
plates.
plates.
Which have been in polishing since February, by the way. So they're polishing the
Guys,
hell
come
out of
on,
these
I'm one of your
plates.
biggest fans, but y'all got to stop this, man. You got to
Next
stop.
week, I'm gonna take the TV title out of the case and I'll have it over my shoulder.
2
What,
years, bro.
NWA
2
or
years.
WC?
Yeah, the NWA.
Red or
Uh,
black?
Mark's Blood, leather.
Oh, you already got one of those.
Yep.
Yeah, Gianni and I'm working on getting Gianni and Nick Carnivale here on the show. Hopefully next week. Nick's still on his honeymoon, and they're going to talk about their experience at the gathering in Charlotte, North Carolina, a couple weeks ago. And Gianni's got a belt to mark the occasion. I think there were 4 belts made for that, and they got them autographed. And so I'm wanting both of them to come on at the same time and tell us about their experience there. Gianni heard that next year may be the last one, so I don't know if that's true.
That's very cool. Look forward to seeing that. Seeing you guys on there.
Nick's a good guy, really good guy.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome people in the
And
hobby,
and,
man.
and Gianni,
Awesome.
he's all right too.
Awesome
Yeah,
people, man.
Post in the chat what y'all got coming. Come on, what y'all got coming
Yeah.
in. You know, it'd be really cool. Is I think I might doing that is start something coming on here where I go live during the day or live during any time. If you got a belt coming in, you want to show it off, we'll get on Facebook together live and do it together. I think I'll start showing people's unboxings. I think
That's what I
yeah,
started
kinda
doing a while ago too. I
Think
think
it'd be
you
kinda cool.
could do that.
We
Message
we
me if-
have new belt days. We don't have very many unboxing videos. We need live
So
unboxing
if you
videos.
guys out there got a new belt and you know when it's coming and you got it in, so hit me up. I'm retired, so I'm home all day. Hit me up. We'll get on Facebook Live in the group and we'll do it, talk about it, and talk about your experience. And you review the belt right there, how you think of it. First thing you open it up. Let's do it.
Yeah, when
Please
I get my
share.
So
3,
order,
I'll do
order
that.
a belt from Ben, and you guys can get something coming in, and we'll do it. Let's go.
Please share. Please share. We encourage it in Championship Belt Brothers, and so so many other groups. Share what you guys got, man. It's a hobby. I always say let's interact and share. It may help someone else down the line decide on a belt.
It's all
And I
about this.
Don't
I want to
don't-
second what these guys. I want to second what these guys said about showing off your belts, your unboxing videos, by saying this.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Right,
hope
right.
you guys don't make fun of them when they ask the question or if they ask a price and that's too much, and say, okay, well, it's not your much, but share your pictures. I don't care if it's the same belt. We got a guy out there that's got one belt. Share it every single day. I
Share
don't
it.
care.
Yes,
Talk
yes.
about it. Do it.
That's what the group is for.
you know.
To show off your belts.
You know,
And
you know
they're-
our
they're-
guy.
they're-
Who's our guy that posts all them pictures with some of the Nintendo figures with belts or whatever? He's one of our top poster. Something Martinez.
oh, Scott Aarons, isn't it?
No, it's the other
Well,
one.
Scott is one of them. I know who he's talking about. He's talking about the other guy that shares all the different titles.
Yeah.
Different. It's not the same.
I found out he doesn't have a belt, so I'm going to get him a belt. He doesn't own a belt. We got to get him a belt. Got to get him
Really?
a belt. I'm gonna give him one.
Give me a crumb rind.
some-
Kevin's like, this ain't going nowhere.
Look at that! Look at that look on his face. Look at that.
He's like,
That's just a meme waiting to happen.
Right.
it's like this
That's-
is not going nowhere.
That's the look of what your face when your wife finds out how much you paid for that belt.
Hey, she understands that $200 is a lot to come up with. She understands that.
Hey,
No, she knew she doesn't bat an eye at anything, and I don't bat an eye at anything there. But we
That's
discussed
the look my wife would have if I told her how much to pay for some of my belts. But
But some of these guys that get in and I'll make fun of them. Some of these guys, I got to talk to my wife first before I buy a belt.
no, I buy a belt and I tell my wife, you know,
$250. It's not like it's a 10 grand belt, but they do that
Hey,
all the time.
I always use
I
this
think
line, but it
it's
only works so long. Hey, babe, I want a raffle.
I think it's an out. Some of these guys do it like, oh, I don't want it, and I don't want to be mean to you. They use that line of "let me check with
Yeah.
the wife" kind of thing, and I think
it's
an
easy. It's easy to blame the wife.
Yep.
Mark does
when
it
I
all the
tell-
time. So
I tell my wife I'll show her a new belt, and she goes, "That's nice." And I'll say, "You know how much I want to pay for it?" She said, "Be careful. Your next words may be your last."
but you're being creative. You're using your re-leathers to fund your hobby
Exactly.
that you like to do.
Right.
Exactly. That's why I do it.
It's a cover. It's a cover.
I want to go to Ben's room and pick out some of that stuff. He's got some stuff up there that I like. Look at all that
So
stuff
our-
behind it.
Yeah. Our time is up. It is 9:00 Central Time, so we're going to end the show tonight. And I want to thank you guys for joining us as you usually do every Thursday evening, taking time out of your evening to watch us cut up and act silly. So until next week, I hope you have a lot of new belt days and post them on our group, Wide World of Belts, Championship Belt Brothers. Love those wrestling belts. That's Andy's group. He's not here. He's on vacation, by the way. He took
Shout out
vacation.
to Andy and
Yeah, he'll be back on. He just left the house today, so he'll be back.
Didn't he just have a birthday or something?
He sure
No, his
did.
no, not
He's
yet. Not yet.
celebrating.
Not yet. It's after mine.
Nah.
Mine's coming up here. in a
Yeah,
couple
shout
weeks.
out to Andy, man. Hope he's enjoying his vacation.
Great guy,
Yeah.
great daughter too, who doesn't have much and was, going to reach out and donate, and she helped, the Hammer situation. So great daughter of his, Andrea. She's a great girl too. So
That
shout out
family
to
has
them.
a great heart. They do.
Yes,
So,
yes,
Definitely,
and they have
definitely.
things going on, and for them to do that, that's great too. So
absolutely.
Definitely.
shout out.
So
Be
on
kind to
behalf
each other,
of
guys.
So on behalf of Ben, Richard, and Kevin, I want to thank you again for joining us this week, and we will see you next week. Until then, y'all have a good night, everybody.